Howdy, friends and floorheads. It is Call of Cthulhu Sunday. And you'll notice that I am in the bottom right-hand corner as opposed to the top under the title keeper. So our good friend Brian, who you probably know from the Forbidden Lands games, or possibly, hopefully, you watched episode 1 of this Burning Stars campaign, is running us through. Up above me, you've got Vaslev. If you watch the channel, you've seen Vaslev before. In the bottom left, you have Maeve. If you've watched the channel before, you've seen Maeve. And then Shadika from our Fear Itself game, and hopefully many future games up in the upper left. Brian, I will hand it to you, sir.
All right. I am looking forward to getting back with this all-star crew here. So to briefly recap last time, the four of you, which consists of a wealthy industrialist, his bodyguard, his daughter, and a private investigator they hired, woke up in a military hospital in Haiti with no real memory of how they got there. They made some inquiries and discovered that they had been found wandering in the hills east of Port-au-Prince, looking like they were suffering from exposure and having some memory problems. They were brought to the hospital. Eventually, they talked to the local lieutenant commander who was in charge, and he ordered them to be released. They went to their hotel where it looked like some of their rooms had been searched and some of their documents were missing. They also found a very strange tarot card, which did not look like any of the standard deck. They decided to go and visit a local fortune teller who had a rather depressing reading for them. And then as they left, they sort of blacked out and have just come to back at their hotel. The lovely Hotel Olafson in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. You guys and gal, find yourselves in Dirk's room with no strong idea of how you got back here from where you were.
And Brian, what's the last thing we remember?
You had walked out of the fortune tellers. You were getting ready to go and hail a cab and go to whatever your next destination was. It was late afternoon. You would run into some local children who were pounding some nails into your footprints.
Mm-hmm.
You scattered them. They ran off. You, I believe, picked up the hammer and a few of the nails. And then sort of the dust that was stirred up from that clouded your vision for a second. And then when your vision cleared, you're back in Dirk's room.
So I'm immediately sitting up and making sure I have my gun.
Yeah, you're actually standing now.
Okay. All right. I draw my gun.
Your gun is here. Everything.
And everybody's awake.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same clothes.
Is this what they call like the telemonation when like you go from one? What the hell's going on right now?
What just happened? Does anybody remember how we got to the hotel? And why is everybody in my room always? What's happening?
Weren't we? No, I don't. She's gonna try to recall to see if she remembers how they got to the room.
No, there is. It doesn't even seem like any time has passed. It's just like you remember being outside the fortune teller's shop, and then you're here.
Miss Donna, you and Mr. James got to tell us what's going on. Dirk and I ain't so smart. Like
we clearly we blacked out again as we were doing at the hospital. But the question is, how long has it been? We need to find out.
Do you want to go downstairs and ask our buddy?
That'd be for the best.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. James, can I get $1 from you? And I'll go down and I'll ask him.
Yeah, all right. No.
And one thing we should agree before, let's not call the doctors or anyone because they would close up real fast in that hospital. So let's not tell anyone that we still have blackouts. Let's keep that for us.
And maybe the hospital is the best place for us to be.
No. Don't forget those rat bastards at the military guys. They've been poking through our room. Remember? So all of them are no good, right?
Okay, that's fair. That's true.
Hey, Dirk, you want to come downstairs with me?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
You two and Mr. James and Miss Donna, you don't go nowhere. Okay, you stay here.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Just let us know what you find out.
All right. So
okay,
run downstairs.
Downstairs. You can actually see there's a fairly big clock in the lobby. It looks like it's a little after 8 o'clock. And it's dark outside, so presumably 8 p.m., which would mean you'd lost, assuming it's the same day, 3 or 4 hours.
Great. Fantastic. All right. Is my guy behind the counter?
The night guy is behind the counter, actually.
Yes.
And so I'm slide the dollar right to him
Sorry,
and I
I'm
say,
zooming.
hey, I got a question
No,
for
I
you.
don't think
Did
so.
you see us come in?
Yes, sir.
There's 4 of us.
He takes a
That's
dollar
for
and
later.
takes it away.
Who was with us?
I just saw you, sir.
Did we walk in?
Yes.
Did I say anything to you?
No. You just went straight up to your room.
How'd I look?
Tired, I guess.
Okay.
You were a little dusty. You looked like you had been out on the street.
What? This is gonna sound real weird, but what's today?
This is, make sure I get my days of the week right.
Got him.
Thursday the 30th, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I appreciate it. So, and hey, I told the day guys, I want to make sure you remember this. No housekeeping, right?
Yes, sir. We have a note on that.
Okay, for all 3 rooms.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know if you want to say anything, Dirk.
No, not really. I just don't want. I don't have money to pay him anyhow. So.
All right, we're gonna head back up.
Okay.
Get up there. Tell James and Donna what we found out, that we lost 4 hours, but it's still the same day.
Okay, that's progress.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like we were awake a lot longer than they had said we were.
And-
they
Damn it,
said
I'd
they
like to
walked
know
in.
more, but
Did
I
we?
don't trust them.
And we remember what happened today.
Yeah, but like
mean-
for 4 hours, we're walking around and just I don't remember none of that. And like, where did we go before we came back here? And I got to change these pants. I look terrible. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to my room. Hey Dirk, you still got your list there of clues you wrote yourself?
Yeah, I still have the areas that we should visit. I believe there was one of them was the anthropologist, and the second was the National Library. And I have a few points we should look up in the library.
Yeah, you talk to you figure out what Miss Donna and Mr. James want to do. I'm gonna go change. I look like shit.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, John. Sure. So the question is what we did those last 4 hours, but we will probably never find out. So if we go to one of these places, they might recognize us that we've been there already. That would give us at least some clue of what happened. So we have 2 options: just wait for tomorrow, or let's not lose time and plan our way either to the library or to the anthropologist. I would suggest we go for the library because I have a few things to look in there, but I believe we have some clue for the anthropologist to ask him after our visit to Marie Jerome. What's your take on this, Mr. James?
I think you're pretty right about that. We should probably at least stop by the library today. I wouldn't want to like trek out of town or anything, try to find these cultists yet, this late in the day. But I don't know. My kid's out there somewhere, and that was the whole reason we came here in the first place. So I'm just a little concerned that the longer we wait, the more trouble he could be in.
I will say that looking at the distance, if you head out to the library now, they usually aren't open that late. So you probably would have a pretty short time in there if you went tonight.
Okay.
So maybe, 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
All right. So maybe it is a better idea to just wait till tomorrow to get it done. Let's just maybe we need some dinner. Just like let's get some dinner. Take a minute, and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
dinner.
Actually, as you say that, it's interesting. You're not especially hungry.
It's weird. I'm not.
I come in. I go. Somebody used my toothbrush.
Actually, Sean, before you come back in, give me a spot hidden roll, if you would be so kind.
I'm actually pretty good at that. So
I know.
where is my spot hidden?
Yep, you're pretty good at that. However,
Yeah, not good enough though.
all right. So, I apologize for the interruption. You arrive back. Someone is using the toothbrush.
Hey, Mr. James, like I went to go brush my teeth, and like someone's already used my toothbrush, and I think I ate something.
Sean, it was probably yourself.
Yeah, you probably.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Already eaten. If that's
So
how
I
we
didn't
spend
have
our
to brush
4
my teeth
hours.
again?
I think it doesn't hurt to brush them again.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, I guess I'm okay. All right.
Indeed.
So
Okay,
yeah, I don't know that we'll have enough time to really be able to get to the library today. So, what do you guys suggest?
First thing in the morning we can go. There's
That's
no
what I'm
reason
thinking.
to venture outside at night, especially with all of the robberies that has been happening.
Yeah, and I don't want to black out in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, if we black out, we might just awake in the library. Well, that would be convenient, wouldn't it?
It would be convenient. Maybe we will already have notes written down and everything.
So I'd like to pull Mr. James aside if I could, and hopefully, James, if you'll let me, I'd like to get outside of earshot of Dirk and Donna.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, Mr. James, I got to ask you something that's kind of delicate.
All right, what's up?
So I'm thinking, I don't like the idea of Miss Donna sleeping by herself in a room, and not sure about this Dirk guy. Okay, so how do you feel? And you know me, you trust me. How about if I stay at Donna's room? I'll sleep on the floor with my back to her, and I'll be looking at the door the whole. Well, no, I'll be closing my eyes, but you know what I'm saying, Mr. James. And then would you? And then let's have Dirk stay here with you.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
Well, I can sleep in the bathroom. You could and or something if that makes you feel better in the bathtub or something.
Considering all of the money we paid on martial arts lessons for Donna as a kid, I would be worried for your safety if you tried anything. So I think we're good.
She would start talking, and I get confused anyway. So okay.
But I agree. I think there's some safety in numbers, and if one of us, so far we've all blacked out together, but if one of us were to black out, on their own, it would,
That's what I'm thinking too. So I say, hey Donna, Miss Donna and Dirk, like, so here's what we're gonna do. Dirk, you're staying here with Mr. James. Had a great idea, right? He says that Dirk, you stay here with him tonight, all right, and you can go sleep. You can sleep in my bed, and
okay,
Miss Donna, when it's okay, you tell me, and I'm going to sleep by the door, facing the door, in your room tonight, but I'll be on the floor, and just to be safe, so that nobody hurts me. You can protect me, okay?
Right. That is an idea.
For reference, there are 2 twin beds in that room.
I feel more comfortable.
I'm not saying you shouldn't sleep on the floor.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable on the floor. Thank you.
That is an idea.
Do you have another idea?
You not sleep in my room would be the next idea.
Miss Donna, I agree. I agree. And first of all, like, I don't even know how to. You're way out of my league. I like working for Mr. James, and I like breathing too. So, like, you're safe, but I will lay next to the door, and I won't come in until you tell me, and I'll make sure the windows are locked and everything. I promise.
Okay, fine. It's fine. You know what? It's weirder situations has happened today. I'm not going to worry about you in the room.
Okay.
I think. Do we have some sort of like tape or string or something? I think if we put that like across the door, then after we wake up, we can see if the door's been opened, and if we've left or someone else has come in. Like just to, because since we don't know, since we have no clue what we've been doing, that at least give us an idea of like, did we leave the room at night?
So if only we had a private dick that knew all kinds of tricks like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
want
he
to say,
turns
I
it-
was about to propose that, and if you let me, Mr. James, I will take care of it. And I will
Alright.
try to think of some trick up my sleeve to do something similar, like
Yeah, I
hair
mean-
in the between the door and the frame. Or
Yeah, you've honestly done this kind of thing before, so you can just, you know, pluck out a hair or a loose thread on a shirt or something and string it across the door, so you'd know if it was opened without your knowledge. So for my reference, it's going to be Sean and Donna in Donna's room, and James and Dirk in James's room.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay.
I
Anything
hate that
else?
that matters, but go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, right. I hate to put
I'm
that-
just like trying to set the scene in my mind. I'm painting a picture for our audience. So anything else people want to do before they head to bed this evening?
Donna's gonna essentially kind of take notes on what happened today,
Mm-hmm.
and put 4 hours missing time,
Mm-hmm.
better than a few weeks missing. So
Sure.
progress.
Yes, you know, the times are shortening. Eventually everything will be fine.
I think James is going to go down one more time and try to phone the house and see if he can get, see if he can get his wife on the line.
And I would go with him, of course.
Sure, like you do. Okay, so you go through the receptionist. Have you remembered the number yet?
I think we
Does
did. Yeah,
I
we
don't
didn't.
think you have.
Yeah, that's true. So
And of
I
course,
get down
your
there
private
and
number is unlisted.
yeah, and I think I forget. I really do think I forget
Yes.
that I've forgotten it. So like I get down there and I'm like, well, I'm going to call her again. Well, I just called her earlier, and then I go, damn it, Sean, what's that number?
So, Mr. James, I think it's been a long day. Okay, I think it's been a long day. I think we should go. I think you should go up and I think we need to. I think we all need a good night's rest where we're not walking around.
All right. You're right. That's what I pay you for. Good ideas.
All right, so you guys head back up. I would like James and Sean each to give me a spot hidden roll, if you would. Sorry, James and Dirk. I apologize.
Okay.
James and Dirk.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, James, you're a little frustrated and annoyed. You're just kind of packing yourself up and getting ready for bed. So, Dirk, you're kind of laying down, getting ready to call it a night, and you kind of try and get comfortable. And it's slightly weird knowing that you're in a bed that Sean slept in recently and hasn't had room service. But you've been in worse situations than this. And you sort of turn and, trying to get comfortable, and you turn on your side and you see there's like a little side table, kind of a small writing table off to the side. And just as you're about to reach out and turn the light out, you see that there's a piece of paper kind of stuck behind the back corner of that desk, that none of you noticed earlier when you were searching this room. But there's definitely something there, and it doesn't look like hotel stationery or anything.
Okay, so it might be from before or anywhere
Or
between
since,
those last
yeah.
4.
Yeah, you haven't seen it before. I'll put it that way.
Okay, I will pluck it out and take a look.
Okay. It appears to be an invoice or a shipping manifest, I guess I would say. It is from Sterling Industries, from a factory in Mott Haven in the Bronx, to a place called Labadee Imports and Exports here in Port-au-Prince. It is for 60 crates of farming machinery.
60 crates.
Yeah.
Was there... Oh, I don't know about the report, so I can't make that connection.
But I'll tell you what, why don't you give me a straight education roll, Dirk?
Okay. It's just the main... okay. I
Just
get
the
it.
stat itself, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember when you got started on this project, you did some research about Sterling Industries, and they do a lot of stuff. But one thing that you are pretty sure about is that farming machinery is not one of the things they make.
Okay.
So that's odd.
It's very strange. You know what? I keep it for myself.
Okay.
For now.
Okay. So gradually everyone drifts off to sleep. It's been obviously an unsettling day for everyone, so it takes a little bit longer than you might like, but it's also been kind of tiring. So you do all eventually fall asleep. Donna,
Yes.
you find yourself, and it takes a minute. You eventually, it sort of becomes clear that it's not where you really are. It's a dream or maybe a memory of some kind. You find yourself walking down a street in Port-au-Prince, the same streets you were traveling on earlier. Starting, you see a lot of locals sort of watching you go by, and they seem to have suspicion in their eyes. It doesn't look like they trust or like having you here. You hear some, wild street dogs kind of howling in the distance. Sometimes you're passing by doorways, and they're just open doorways, and you just see the reflection of eyes watching you without being able to see anything else in it. And you're walking back, and you don't see the others. You feel like they're with you, but it's like maybe you're in front of the group or something. And suddenly it occurs to you, or, well, you're not sure of the reason for it, but you find yourself reaching into your pocket for something, and it's wet and it's sticky. And you pull your hand out, and your fingers are covered with blood.
Okay. She definitely probably scream.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Like kind of do that watch
Mm-hmm.
and just scream.
Okay. And none of the citizens or anything around you seem to react to that. They just kind of keep staring at you. And you can sort of feel as your dress or your outfit shifts. You feel like there's something else in that pocket.
She's gonna like try to wipe her hand off.
Okay.
Counterintuitive.
Smears blood all over your nice dress.
Yeah, then reach back into the same bloody pocket.
Okay.
Try to grab what else is in there.
Yeah, and you pull it out, and it's a passport. It's got blood smeared on the cover and everything.
Oh my God, she's never been so happy to see a blood cover passport. Hoping that it's hers, she's gonna open it up.
Yeah, you flip it open, and it has your name and address in it, but the picture is just an empty black silhouette. And then you hear from somewhere nearby, "Room service!" And you open your eyes, and you find yourself in your bed in your hotel room.
She's gonna check her pockets.
I mean, I don't know what you go to bed wearing, but I'm assuming if it's women's clothing in 1930, I assume it doesn't have any pockets.
No pockets. She's gonna hop up.
Did I order room service?
You don't remember ordering room service?
Hey, room service? We didn't order no room service.
I have an order here, sir. Well, I'm not sure who would have called it in.
What is it? What's the food? What's the order?
We have some scrambled eggs. There is an omelet here. We have some orange juice, some mixed fruit, rye toast.
Oh shit, Miss Donna, you like rye toast, don't you?
I do like rye toast, but 1 second, she's gonna look for the clothes she wore yesterday and check the pockets.
Yeah, no, they look ordinary. There is no blood and no passport in your pockets.
Okay.
Miss Donna, did you order breakfast this morning?
No. I'm pretty sure I just woke up.
Yeah, we'd have to go downstairs for that because we don't have like a phone in the room or nothing. Hey, who do you have on there? Who ordered the food?
It says here, Kessler, room 12.
Man, and it's breakfast for one.
Yes, sir.
Miss Donna, if you forgot to give me breakfast, it's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I mean, I can get breakfast later. You don't. You're not lying, right?
It's Kessler. Dirk ordered it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Has he hasn't. He's not trying to be sweet on you. Have you gotten like any kind of like thing from him? He's buying you breakfast or something?
I didn't get anything. We've
'Cause
never even talked to
yeah.
one another, I don't think, on this.
I'll break his pretty little hands. You know I will.
No, it's fine. Don't worry, Sean. Don't worry.
Do you want to scramble the? What did you say it was? It was French. What did you say?
Omelet, sir.
Do you like omelets?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I open the door.
Okay. There is a guy there with a little room service cart. There's actually 4 different little, sort of trays on it. And he picks one up and he says, would you like me to bring it in, sir? Or
Oh yeah, please. Just set it up over there for wherever Miss Donna wants.
Sets it up. Has a nice little silverware, a glass of orange juice, a little carafe, some coffee.
Miss Donna, if one of them is oatmeal, it's gonna freak me out.
Why would it freak you out?
Because not everybody knows I like oatmeal. So
That's fair.
I never told Dirk nothing about liking oatmeal.
Okay. Wait, let's actually check with him to see if he had ordered this.
All right. So I'll reach into my pocket, hopefully some change or something.
Yeah.
Give the guy.
Sure. Okay. He nods and he, heads out, rolls the cart over to the room next door and knocks on the door there.
And I'm right there with him.
Yeah. And that is where James and Dirk are.
Hey, Dirk, did you order food?
I have no idea. Maybe. Mr. James, didn't you say that we shouldn't get any room service and nobody should bother us yesterday?
Oh, shit.
That's exactly what I said.
That's right. Hold on. Hey, don't move. Hey, Miss Donna, don't eat nothing.
She was picking up the okay.
Right
Puts
back.
it back down.
Smells real good.
Yeah, I remember to tell. I remember you saying that, and that's why I told Miss Donna not to eat nothing.
Yeah, I'll open the door.
Okay. You look slightly confused at all this, but yes, we have, and he has 2 orders for this room.
We just woke up, so none of us ordered the room service. Where did this all come from? Whose tab is it on?
The note here says that Mr. Kessler in room 12 ordered these meals, sir.
I'll look over at Dirk. Did you get up before I did?
No, I just, I'm a private investigator. I'm not like person who orders breakfast. That doesn't make any sense.
You know what? We'll
breakfast
take
is coffee and cigarettes.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll take it. It's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate the service. Just roll it in.
Okay.
And he'll go back to the bathroom in the room and kind of grumble a bit.
Okay. All right. Well, the food is here. It looks fine. It smells good.
Did we have a chance to check the door hair trick before they arrived?
No.
No, because when you open the door, yeah, it's the hair is definitely broken now.
Okay.
Probably forgot all about it in the weird room service debacle.
Yes, to be sure.
So Mr. James, nobody's eating nothing, right?
You know what? We might as well just eat breakfast.
Oh, hold on a minute. It's a breakfast that supposedly I ordered, which doesn't make any sense to me. And I presume we could get something on the way to the library or to the anthropologist. So I would rather. This is most strange. I mean, we're in the hotel. The breakfast looks good, but yeah, I suggest not eating it.
All right.
There was a guy like right outside the hotel selling like meat, and it was like on a stick. We can do meat stick if you want.
Let's just get ready for the day. Let's just get done with what we need to get done, and hopefully we can. Yeah, let's just go.
quick question, Dirk. Would you have done your hair trick on your room?
Oh yeah, definitely. So okay, so we would have that one to investigate if that happens.
Oh, right, your room that no one was sleeping in last night.
Yeah,
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 got it.
exactly.
Yes, that hair is undisturbed.
Yeah, my room looks okay.
That's a good sign because they wouldn't have known that we'd switched up stuff. Okay.
Yeah, but
So
yeah.
I kind of kicked Dirk out. Like, Mr. James and I need to get dressed. You go get. You look like shit. Go get dressed.
Yeah, sure. I'm not commenting. I just go and
Hey, Mr. James, I'm if it's okay with you, I am gonna ask them for new sheets because in case I sleep here tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It smells like a goddamn ashtray here.
I'm just the longer this goes on, the more I'm concerned about what condition the kid's going to be in when we find him.
We got to find today. We have to find Mr. Jack today,
I know.
right? Because it's like several days now. No more than that because like we were
Yeah,
in
it's
the
been a week or
hospital
two.
for a while and like yeah. But hey, I mean, I don't know how to say this, Mr. James, but I mean we're gonna try, but like it's been a long time, right? And like I just want you to like and if something bad happened to Mr. Jack, like you got to be there for Miss Donna.
I know. I appreciate and I understand that. I just this is all. It just doesn't make any sense. There's so many things that I just I'm struggling to like. Nothing makes sense right now, and everything in my life is supposed to make sense. I pride myself on things making sense, and here we are in this chaos.
Mr. James, I agree, but you know that by the time this is over, whatever sense we don't have, you're going to buy, and we're going to have all the sense when we're done, right? We'll get it all figured out.
You're right. Let's just finish getting dressed. And he goes to the bathroom to shave and all of that stuff.
Okay. Nothing weird shows up in the mirror.
yeah.
Thank you.
As Dirk is on his way to the room, does he
Mhm.
have time to contact Donna? Like not going in her room, but maybe meet her on the.
I mean, I
I
think
was-
you were all kind of there in that cluster with the breakfast discussion, so sure.
So same as Donna. Would you know where your father stores like boxes he would send here? Because I found a strange note that says, and I show her the note that says there are 60 crates of farming equipment.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
mean,
have
there is an
snow.
address for the recipient.
Yeah, I
The
just
import-export
assumed.
place, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, I don't think my father sells farming equipment.
Do you know something about it? Because if I go directly to him, that Sean guy would just break my hand asking.
You're right.
I saw,
He probably would.
right? So that's why I'm coming to you. Just I want to find James mainly, but this is another suspicious thing that's happening here. So that's why I'm trying to ask you in since we have a few minutes of discretion over here.
She's gonna say, she's gonna look at the note. Would Donna know anything about this shipping?
I mean, you haven't been involved
Right.
a lot with your father's business, but I will let you. How about an education roll? Just sort of a general purpose knowledge check.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll give you a bonus die because it is your family.
Okay. It's 83.
Okay. Did it? I don't see the bonus on my end, so
I guess if
I
you
don't-
roll again.
yeah,
There
there
we
it is. Okay, so that would
Wait.
become a 33.
33. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you are, you know, like you said, you're pretty sure that farming equipment is not a thing.
Yeah.
And that name where it came from, Mott Haven is, you know, it's a town in the Bronx. And if you remember correctly, at least at one point, the only thing you know that was made there was munitions, like weapons.
You know, I don't remember anything about that. I do have a question for you. Did you have any weird dreams last night?
Weird dreams? No, I slept like a baby.
Okay.
Nothing. Why are you asking?
I had an extremely odd dream, and it could just be the circumstances we're in, but I we were walking, or at least I was walking down the streets and the road in Port-au-Prince, and I just reached in my pocket, and it was just blood, and then my passport with my face blackened out.
Huh. What was it? Your blood, or were you okay in that dream, or what? What happened?
I didn't feel wounded or anything.
Huh. So you said there was your passport, and what was the other thing?
Just blood. My face was blackened out on the passport.
Oh, okay. Just. Have you? Maybe it might be some memory from our blackouts. Have you checked your robes and
I
see?
did. I didn't find any blood in my clothing. I will check my passport. I haven't looked for that yet. She's gonna rush into her room
Yeah,
to
your
search for it.
passport's there. It's fine. Has a picture of you.
It's fine.
Everything looks normal.
Dirk is
could-
thinking like how would we in this with the equipment we have get rid of blood on clothing? I guess it's nothing
You guys
straightforward.
really don't have the supplies for that.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, you could scrub it, but it would take a lot of work and still would probably be somewhat visible.
I may just be overreacting. I don't want my father and Sean to know because they're
I see. I understand.
yes.
Okay. Could there be connection to that old lady that was reading the cards?
I didn't sense anything bad from her, but there was children stabbing nails into her feet in front of her shop. So I wouldn't disqualify that option.
Okay, let's not worry about it that much. Let's focus on the real things that are happening here.
Mhm.
But yeah, thanks for sharing that one. I would not share it with your father and Sean. That might get out of hands quickly. They have
Thank you.
many
I'm
things.
gonna
to
have a
worry
hard
about.
time keeping track of what we're not keeping from each
Exactly. It's always nice to have the team lying to each other. It's the best.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Uh,
feel free to keep the note. Maybe you will get something from your father if you tell them that you found it and it was not me.
You know, I will tell him I found this and I'll keep you out of it. Friends, Mr.
Yeah.
Kessler.
Sure.
they're forming teams.
Great. I go to my room and just pretend to take care of myself.
Oh.
Freshen up without any real problem.
Donna's gonna freshen up, then knock on her father's door
Okay.
and kind of say, "Sean, come to my room, please. I need your help."
Yeah. Are you okay?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. James, so I'm just going over there because she asked me to.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. All right. And I open up the door.
Okay. There you
Right,
are.
she's gonna shut the door and like put the note down. So Sean, you're my father's pretty much right hand man, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we know he keeps me far away from the business, right?
Yes, ma'am.
hmm So I'm just curious. I found this note that for some reason our situation in the Bronx, which held munitions, has a farming inquiry that's sent here, and she's going to pass it to him.
So
Know anything about that?
so I'm looking at it and I have no trouble reading it, right? Like I'm not that dumb. But I just stare at it. And I'm staring at it because I'm not quite sure what the hell I'm gonna say, right? So
Right. Exactly.
looking at him.
I'm just curious. Yeah.
No. It's so. Oh, what's the word? He's trying to diversify and do different businesses, so it's not just like guns and stuff. So
Okay.
he's making like cow milking things and
Okay,
and
since when?
let me check. I don't remember.
Okay.
For a while.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
All right,
Sean, just for my amusement, why don't you give me a fast talk roll? You have a reasonable skill there.
I do.
And if you want, Donna, you can make a psychology roll in.
Don't
in
even bother.
response.
gosh.
Wow. Yeah, so
I
that's
will
that. Craig's delivery pretty much sums up how Sean presented it, and it's
I mean,
just as believable to Donna.
Okay.
I mean, Sean managed to talk himself into the room as well, so I
That's
don't know how that happened.
Okay.
Like
Hey,
butter.
and you got that $5 I loaned you? So, Miss Donna, can I take this? I'm going to take this back to Mr. James because we're going to put it in his records and give it to what's the guy with the glasses, the accountant guy? We'll give it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right. Well, you just come to the room when you're ready. Okay.
All right. I know you'll never lie to me, Sean. So
I'm just going to go to the room. Okay.
okay.
So I go back to the room. I go,
Mhm.
all right, and I hand this to you, James. And okay,
All
Mr.
right.
James, you've been diversifying, and you've started making cow milking machines, and it's coming out of the Bronx warehouse.
I'll look at the invoice. How much of this do I remember? How much of this do makes sense to me?
I mean, this specific invoice you don't remember, but I mean, you did. You know that you have been known to, sell arms to whoever will pay for them.
Right. But I
And
don't
you
remember
know that that's
specifically
what that
selling
factory does.
arms.
You don't remember specifically selling this stuff to anyone in Haiti, but it does seem consistent with the kind of thing you would do.
Right. I look it over a little bit, and I look back up at Sean, and I said, so I've been giving Jack a lot more autonomy and a lot more, ability to do what he thinks is right with the company. Do you think this is something that he might have done?
Mr. James, I don't know nothing about that. Okay. All I know is that I told Miss Donna was like getting fishy about it. I know things are like, I know stuff happens. You're a businessman. And I just, all I care about is that if she asks, you're selling out of the Bronx warehouse, you were sending cow milking machines, like machines,
Gotcha.
that
Why milking machine?
that's like,
Sean, why?
Mr. James, it took me a second. It's the best I could come up with, because I've never been on a farm. But I know it has cows, and I know we have milk, so there must be a way to get the milk out of the cows. That's all I
And
got.
Haiti is known for its cows. Correct. Okay. Yes, that was great. Good job, Sean. Let's
Thanks, man.
let's get going.
All right. So
And I will put it with the other. I will put it with the other notes.
Okay.
The reports that we had.
sounds good. All right. So you
And
all
as I'm fixing up, I'm like milking machines.
diversification. Right. So you guys all gather up, leaving your delicious smelling and horribly overpriced room service breakfast behind. Where are you planning to go?
To the library.
Yes.
To the
library.
library, Port
Yeah.
au Prince National Library.
How far
So-
is it? Should we hire a cab to take us, or should we walk?
You'll probably want a cab. Let
All
me
right.
pull up the map here. Whoops, that's not where I want you to go.
ADS, National Library.
Yep. And whoops, no, that's the map of Haiti. That doesn't help at all. Where's my map of Port-au-Prince? Okay, I have too many things going on here in the wrong places. Port-au-Prince map. There we are. All right. So you folks, come on.
So we were
I
down
have
towards the
too
south
many
at the Prince
interfaces.
Hotel, right?
Yes, you are. No, sorry, you are at the. I'm
Olifson.
trying to zoom it up. The
Olofsson.
Hotel Olofsson, which is
Got it.
pretty close to the
Got
item there.
All right. then we
And
wanna go up to
the National Library is about in the center of the map.
Got it.
Right.
All right. Cool.
So,
I'll get us a car.
Okay, no problem. For everyone's reference, it is October 31st today.
Of
Now-
course it is.
Why would it not be?
Exactly. So Halloween in the running around costumes trick or treaty sense isn't really a thing yet. It's just starting to become an event in the in parts of the United States, but you don't see any, there's no like bats and pumpkins or any of that nonsense decorations around here. It seems like just another day. You're able to get a cab with no problem and head off to the National Library.
So dumb question though, Brian. Like, would we know, like, was Halloween a thing at all? Right? Like, was it like this is a spooky day?
I mean,
or
it's All Hallows Eve, which is
Right.
basically it's the day before All Saints Day. November 1st is actually, from a religious standpoint, more significant at this point.
Got it.
It's there are a lot of places that use it as a place to celebrate or remember about the dead, but it's not like a spooky, ghosty thing, from a cultural standpoint.
All right. As soon as I get us a cab, I get everybody gathered.
Okay, easy enough to go.
Do you get the meat sticks as well?
I have them ready for you by the time you come downstairs.
Yeah, you had to move, go a little bit away from the hotel to get them because not all the vendors are up and running yet. But you have gotten some breakfast. It doesn't smell nearly as good as the stuff you had in the room, but it's probably
Sure doesn't.
safer.
We'll find out in a couple hours. Hopefully, we'll black out through that part.
Fair enough. Let me get everyone to make me a spot hidden roll, if you would.
Okay.
Got to get them dice going.
Everybody but me.
Okay, well, Sean, as you might expect, is watching like a hawk in exactly the wrong direction. The rest of you notice, actually, you probably first noticed this while Sean was off grabbing the breakfast meat on a stick. There are a couple folks like a block or so down from the hotel, just kind of leaning against the wall having a conversation. They stand out a little bit because they're white people in a predominantly non-white city. And when you were all coming out and getting into the cab, one of them sort of looks up and just sort of nudges the other and looks in your direction. They don't do anything. They're just sort of sitting there and watching. And then when you guys actually get into the cab, the two of them move to a car and it starts following you.
And it was... Oh, I saw it. And James.
Yep. Yeah. Everyone other than Sean saw it.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. James, I think that car is tailing us.
Yeah, I saw that.
Do what now?
Did you notice how they were standing? It wouldn't surprise me if those military boys are out looking at us.
Well, they secretly stand out from the crowd.
Were they wearing suits? Like military dress suits?
No, just
they were
regular,
Yeah, from my experience, this is a standard way how when you're watching someone, not necessarily like they want to do something mean to us, but definitely they are watching us.
All right. So, Mr. James, if it's okay with you, I'm going to tell the cabbie to stop up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to we're going to see what they do. And if they stop, I'm going to step out and make sure they're not lost.
Okay. All right. Just be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with exactly.
Oh, don't worry. And I pat my jacket where my gun is. I'll be careful.
So, say, do you want me to go with you? So
I need you to stay with them.
Okay.
Okay. So he's pulling the car over and you're getting out, Sean?
I'm pulling the car. Right now, pull the car over. I want to see what they do.
Okay. So the driver has been watching with some bemusement as this conversation goes on back and forth, but he sort of shrugs and, pulls the car over to the curb. That car that's following you sort of slows down for a moment, and then it continues on past you and turns right.
Okay. Well, either we spooked them, or they're going to come back. So, what do you think? Let's go back to the library, and then from there I'll just keep an eyes out for them.
Yeah, I think that's best.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would be losing time doing anything else. We need to just proceed with the investigation. We need to get to the library. let's do it.
Okay. Driver resumes the drive, and you make your way to the library without further incident.
So we didn't notice this car again tailing us.
No, but actually make me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Actually, you can all do it. You're all kind of aware of it at this point. Yes, clearly you all have your eyes peeled now. And you don't see that car again, but before too long, there aren't a lot of cars in Port-au-Prince anyway. There is another one that shows up a minute or so later that also has a couple of white guys in it that is following you. Doesn't look like the same car, doesn't look like the same people, but it definitely is a block or so behind you all the way to the library.
Donald say, I suggest we leave on foot from the library so we can lose them
It's not a bad
whenever
idea.
we're finished in there.
Mr. James, I think we should make it worth this cab driver while, so he doesn't tell anyone where we went.
I'll check my wallet. How much do I have left to make it worth his while?
I mean, you had like $300 in the safe.
Yeah.
And you haven't spent much of that, so you've got no shortage of funds at this point.
All right. Yeah. Well, we can definitely do that. That's a good idea.
Okay. He doesn't seem like he really understands what any of that was all about, but he will happily take your money. So at the library itself, it is somewhat smaller and less impressive than you might have hoped. It has, in French, Librairie Nationale de Haiti up on top. You head inside.
I'm gonna stay outside and ask you, Dirk, if you'll stay with them. I'm no use in the library, but I can stay out here and to make sure we.
Yeah, I will take care of them inside. I need to do some investigation in the library anyhow. So yeah, let's split the safekeeping of our employers.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep by the front door and.
Okay. So Sean, you would see that the car that was following you kind of, again, sort of drives past where the cab stopped, sort of parks on the other side of the street, like half a block up, and just sort of stays there. Nobody gets out.
Once the three of them get inside, I would like to go in. I want to go inside and go up to the lady at the front desk.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, is there like a side door or a back door I can leave at? Or is the only door the front one here?
She looks a little perplexed. You get the impression her English isn't that great. But so you another way out?
Yes, please. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and she can give you directions. There's like a side, if you go through the history section and go downstairs, there's like a back entrance down that way.
So what I'd like to do, Brian, I'll let you decide where this happens or if it happens, but I want to sneak out of there,
right?
And I want to try to get to the car without them seeing me, right? So out of sight of the street. If I need to go behind buildings, I'm not sure what I can do, but
okay. All right, we'll come back to that.
All right.
For those of you who are inside the library, it immediately becomes clear that most of the books here, and there aren't as many books here as you'd like, are in Creole. Then there are some in French and a handful in English. So your options are somewhat limited. What, pray tell, would you like to look up or research?
So I go by my notes. So I would start from top to bottom. I would see the cult of the floating horror, if I can find up anything about them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a library use roll. Now, I will say, because of the language limitations, basically, I don't know what your library use is, but it's capped at 50 for our purposes. So if you have more than that, then anything over a 50 is not going to be a success.
I mean, I can assist him because I have French on my sheet, so I do.
Sure,
speak.
sure, that'll help.
Yeah, I have 65. Yeah, then
Okay.
French.
All right. Well, yeah, I think.
25.
All right. So I think you've got enough French among you. You know, part of it is also that there's just a limited supply here. But
I have that little bit of je ne sais quoi.
Exactly. All right. Cool. Well, make me a. Oh, you made me a roll.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
was
he
terrible.
did.
That was terrible. As far as you can tell, there is nothing about any kind of cults or anything around here.
Well, question for you, Brian, is so it's a 00, but it showed up green. Should it have been red?
Ooh, you know what? I'm assuming that 00 is 100, but I may be.
I can't remember if it's 0 to 99 or 1 to 100. And
now I have
No, because the
look
smooth
real quick.
talking was also 00, right?
that's right. I
Yeah.
was all excited.
That
as I thought
changes.
Yes, that is a roll of 100, so it looks like
Okay,
the
so,
interface is wrong and it
All
should
right.
be a red.
So Donna, you did not
Sorry.
believe any of my
Okay.
bullshit.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So that's probably about half an hour of digging around and trying to find something that you can both read, but you don't find anything that looks relevant.
Donna's gonna watch them attempt the first one, and she's just gonna start looking up things on Voodoo.
Okay. You can also give me a library use roll.
Okay, and 50 is the highest. 50.
Perfect. Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, there are not surprisingly several books on voodoo here, and you get kind of a nice historical / cultural overview. It's basically the mixture of a lot of West African religions that were brought over during the slave trade, sort of mushed together with a lot of Christian beliefs and saints. There's a lot of cases of, Catholic saints being kind of conflated with the various voodoo spirits. There's there's a lot of deities, or what they call Loa. It talks about how in some of the rituals, these Loa are said to possess the faithful and sort of speak through them and act through them. There's a lot of information. Is there anything particular you're looking about?
I want to look particularly for the Ga or the Loba that's on the card, or at least his name.
Yeah, it looks like it's intended to represent Baron Samedi, who is one of the more powerful and well-known Loas. He has a couple different incarnations, but they all kind of fall under that name. The look definitely does match. The top hat is a famous part of his thing. He's not historically reported to have 3 eyes or anything like that.
Okay.
Some of the pictures have like cotton plugs in the nostrils because it's supposed to represent a corpse being dressed for burial. Sometimes his face is painted as a skull. Sometimes he's shown as a skeleton. He is the god of death and of resurrection. He is called on to heal those who are dying. He is also kind of a god of lewdness and debauchery and sexual looseness. So it's an interesting kind of combination there. But he drinks a lot of rum. He smokes a lot of cigars, and he is known to live kind of at the crossroads between the dead and the living.
Okay.
In case anybody wondered what the Catholic influence in Creole religion was.
All right. So while you folks are doing that research, Sean is sneaking out to try and see what is going on with the car out there. So Sean, as kind of an overview of how you're doing there, why don't you give me a stealth roll? Not bad. Not bad. Yep. So you find your way to the side door that was described to you, and you sort of slip out, and it's an area where you've got a number of little back alleys, so you're able to sort of maneuver around. It's kind of a long and circuitous route, but eventually you're able to sort of approach that car from the side opposite the library. What would you like to do?
Do I think it's reasonable that I can get to their window without them seeing me, based off of where I am now?
I mean, maybe you're probably about 20 feet away or so now.
Okay.
Currently, their attention is mostly focused on the library, but it's been a little while, so they do kind of, stop and look around periodically, talk to each other. So maybe?
Trying to time it. I'm not trying to be sneaky at all, or not trying to hide it. I'm having my hand in my jacket on my gun.
Okay.
So that anybody with any reasonable understanding of how guns, like, they would know, oh, he's
know
got
that
his hand
you're
on his gun.
ready to draw. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm going to come up to the window, passenger side, whatever's closest to the street. I don't know. And I'm loud, just boom, boom, boom on the window.
Okay. I want to make a quick spot check for these guys, just to see if they notice you before you knock on the window, or if they're
This is a poop your pants check.
Okay. So they're kind of sitting there. One of them, the driver's looking over at the thing, and the other guy's kind of turned towards the driver, talking to him. And you rap on the door, and they both jump. You're like, one of them actually hits his head on the roof of the car. He's a pretty tall guy, and they both turn around and look at you. And the guy in the passenger seat just kind of slaps the driver, and he rolls down the window.
Hey, you two lost?
No, sir. We're just passing the time here.
Okay. Any accent or anything, or are these guys American?
American, clearly, not from any particular area that you can pick out. He's definitely, both of them are clearly aware of your hand and keeping an eye on, like, if it's moving at all in either direction. You can see that both of them have sidearms on. Neither of them have made any move towards them.
So I look down at the sidearms and I say, I think we can just have a conversation. I want to know why you're so interested in us looking up recipes for dinner tonight.
And they both kind of look at each other, and clearly neither one of them wants to open their mouth.
I'm real curious.
And finally, the driver says, "We've been asked to keep an eye. There's been reports of Americans being attacked in town, and because we want to make sure nothing unfortunate happens to any Americans in town. So we've been asked to keep an eye on you."
Well, I think that is very hospitable of you. You tell your General Corporal Sergeant guy that we got it covered, and I get really nervous when people are following me, and sometimes my hands get real sweaty. So I think we'll be just fine. And look, it looks like you got a full tank of gas there.
Why don't you give me an intimidate roll?
I don't know why I have such a hard time finding shit on this game.
Yeah, it's like there are subgroups of skills that break up the alphabetical order a little bit.
Yeah. So,
top middle, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, I'm an idiot.
Under firearms.
Yeah.
Under firearms, intimidate. Of course, it's under firearms. right next to
jump.
history, which is also under firearms.
And jump.
Okay.
Huh.
So they kind of both look at each other, and the driver sort of shrugs and says, "Well, as you wish, sir." Also, give me give me either a spot hidden or a psychology, your choice.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a spot hidden.
I thought it might, but
Yeah.
But if you keep succeeding like this, you might just black out in a minute now.
Piss the keeper off. You wake up in the hotel, asshole.
Yeah. So and the driver kind of nods, and they both, he starts the car up again and drives off. You notice before he does that, he just takes a quick look up in the rear view mirror and down again. It's very subtle, but you're a very watchful person. You kind of notice that quick glance, and only then does he put the car in gear and drive off.
So immediately I'm obviously looking for any car that would come from a military base as opposed to be driving down, Port-au-Prince.
Even the car that this guy was in did not look like a military car. It's just kind of a fairly generic Ford.
All right. So can I see him look back in the rearview mirror. Can't tell if he's looking at me or if he feels like they've got backup, but regardless, I want to be sure that there's no one. I'm the only American on the street right now.
Okay. Give me one more spot hidden roll. You're like a machine.
God damn it.
Oh, not that.
Nope. Looks clear.
Hold on.
Oh.
I'm going to spend 18 luck.
Oof. Okay, then.
So it takes me down to 52.
Okay. But yeah, so you look down the street, you don't see anybody, there aren't any cars on the street. It's mostly locals. It looks fine. And then just as you're about to turn away, you see kind of parked, you just see like the grill of a car parked around a corner. And you see what looks like a pair of Caucasian guys moving like to get into the car.
How far away am I?
About a block and a half.
All right, I'm going to run.
Okay. You get there. A lot of people, you hear various muttered imprecations in French as you go by, but you're able to get to where the car is.
Do I beat them to are they in the car?
No, they were like at the car when you saw them. So they're definitely in the car, but they are not driving.
Hey, any of you guys got a smoke?
Sure, one of them says, and he pulls out a matchbox and flips you.
So super relaxed. I grab a cigarette, smoking when I go. So, gentlemen, I just explained to your friends who just left that Mr. James has his own security, and I'm chief security officer of the company. And you can tell your sergeant, general, private, corporal guy that we got everything covered. And I'm sure there's like real important things like you got like there's Russians everywhere, and there's Germans everywhere, and there's Italians everywhere, and like maybe Mussolini's got an apartment somewhere, but like you need to figure like I got this covered.
And they kind of look at each other and shrug, and it's like, well, if you say so. And they start the car up and put it in gear and drive off.
Beautiful.
Back in the library, any other topics of interest or concern?
So can we just continue searching if I failed, or is it like I'm just rummaging through French books and I can't get hold of anything?
I mean, you can't roll again. If somebody else wants to make a try with a different approach, they could certainly do that.
I think at this point, James is kind of pitching a fit. Like he just at some point picks a book up and just slams it down on the table, and it just lets out a very loud, especially for the library. God damn it! This is getting us nowhere.
Father, don't let us take over. It's okay.
I just we're at the point where Jack's been missing for weeks. Why are we in a library? We need.
Because we are missing weeks at a time. And this was on our notes.
Just give me a second. Can I find there somebody who would be able to help me with anything in the library, or maybe the lady in the front?
Yeah, there are a couple librarians there.
Yeah.
So you're asking about the Cult of the Floating Horror?
I would try to ask them maybe about star pools. So I have another note that I don't understand what star pools are. So I would try to, with the help and explaining that I really don't understand French, but I'm really interested in this in this heritage, and since you know what's the day, maybe it might be interesting for me to learn about the local culture here since I'm
Okay.
here on vacation.
All right. Well, I mean, they're happy to help out. Again, the language barrier is a little bit of a hindrance, but it's not too bad. But you ask about star pools, and the woman you're talking to doesn't seem to recognize that at all. She actually goes and asks a couple of the other librarians, then she comes back and says, no one here is familiar with that name, Monsieur."
If Donna can overhear this, she'll say maybe it has something to do with the actual cult and what they believe in. Because I've been looking up the different voodoo stuff, mostly the history, but it doesn't necessarily go in depth.
So you asking them about the cult?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't sound like any of them are familiar with it. But if it's something that you think is local, one of them goes off and kind of is talking to another librarian, and in French Creole, so it's going by pretty fast, and kind of gestures back over to your group, and one of them looks over and sees you and does this kind of "oh" and beelines towards a section of the stacks, and comes back in a minute or so with a volume and brings it over and hands it to Dirk with a little smile.
Yeah, Dirk will say mercy in his worst American accent, and and tries to look up more about the cults and the star pools.
Okay.
Potentially, if there's anything about putting nails into your footprints section as well.
Okay.
In the index.
Try the voodoo section on that one, Derek.
Yeah. So you flip open the book, and the first thing that comes up is there's something in here that looks kind of like a bookmark, and after a moment you realize that it's a tarot card.
I turn to the person who brought me the book. Like, did you?
So she's gone back off.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Donna, we have another one of these. Yeah, I show the card.
Donna will take the card.
Okay.
Which one is this?
This is the
devil.
devil.
15.
It's showing on Roll20 if you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Upside down devil. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it a good thing, Mr. Donna? Like, it might be like, opposite of devil is a angel, maybe.
She's trying to remember her, because she'll say, if you remember, when I got the reading, there was also an upside down devil, but it was more devilish and less woman.
Yeah, this is definitely part of that weird, same weird deck that the first one was from. What the fortune teller you talked to said, because the inverted devil did come up in that reading as well, is that it's potentially a good sign because it means that you can use your intellect and your insight to override your emotions and instincts.
Okay. Yeah, I'll relay that to him. This is actually good because it's a devil upside down. We can defeat these challenges with intellect and intellect, same thing, but we can't be emotional and impulsive. Where's Sean?
The other thing that you notice is that the page where that is on, it looks like it's just a section of the book. But what's interesting is that there are some notes in the margin that appear to be in your handwriting, Dirk.
I wanted to ask them as next question if we have been here, but okay, what do they say?
It's showing up on Roll20. You should all be able to see it now.
We don't see it.
Okay, let me try
just too
sharing
many windows
that again.
open. Maybe.
All right, show to players. There, that'll be
yeah,
better.
got it.
Okay.
Enhance. Oh, it doesn't enhance.
Is there not a magnifying glass in the middle?
I can read it. I've
Okay,
got it.
that'd be great.
First is this is, I assume, the Africa Dark Sex is the book.
That's the title of the book. Yep.
Gotcha. So the page that is marked, it says, I had been warned earlier in the ceremony I now witnessed, although it had trappings of voodoo from the Congo, was in fact derived from rituals that were far older and ancient. The witch doctor, dressed in a grass suit that fully enclosed his body and his face hidden behind a grotesque mask depicting a face with 3 eyes, called forth demons from an undersea island. The frenzied dancers around him, his possessed followers, moved with impossible rhythms. The elder amongst them shocked me when they gouged themselves to death with sharp stones. In the fray stepped what was once a man and something else, his skin covered in black scales and his face not unlike that of an iguana. He sent shivers through my skin. It was not the unnatural angles that his body could have achieved as he dances, but rather his eyes, still human, still seeing as a human sees. And then an eye opened on his forehead. Although it was not an eye, and I could see that the lizard man was host to something else, something that desired to be free of the vessel that was once a man's forehead. This third eye was the gateway to the unknown realms. I'm not sure that my mind would have accepted that was to occur. What was to occur next? My guide, Joma, thankfully dragged me from that awful savage place, and yet in the dark hours in my hotel or in a bedroll under the stars, I imagine what I might have seen if I'd waited to witness what the host might have become. And then there's notes written in the margin of the page in Dirk's handwriting. Same ritual as described by BN. Same called active in P-AU-P. Sacred
France, I guess.
Yeah. Sacred site dash the SP question mark. S Senegal knows something about this cult.
Senegal. That's the second mention we have about this guy. I guess it's Sebastian Senegal. This is very strange. I will for sure be sharing this with the group or with the people that are there. Not keeping this for myself.
Okay.
So, okay, these notes are definitely my handwriting, so we've been here already. That's why I guess the person clearly knew that he was supposed to bring me this book. Probably we might have been here a few times already. So the notes are like same ritual as described by BN. BN doesn't ring any bells.
It might be Bruce Northeast. BN.
That was the anthropologist that the tower had mentioned.
It's the
to you.
anthropologist name. Okay. So that's another clue pointing us to that guy. Same cult active is here. Okay, that would explain that. The strange card that would seem to be correlating to this page in the book. And sacred site. Again, I guess SP stands for Star Pools.
And S and Senegal knows something.
Yeah.
So the Star Pools is a physical location that's here somewhere.
Let's quickly check the map. Oh no, this is the Haiti map.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the right. Okay.
Yeah. I don't believe you've found any references to the star pools in any of your maps.
Yeah.
Not yet.
James will sigh and he says, "Well, then it sounds like we probably need to talk to this anthropologist for the second time, or the third. Who knows how many times we've talked to this?"
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Like...
Yes. But before we go, I do want to look up something.
Okay.
I want to look up anything that I can find with correlations to possession and blackouts.
Well, you've already found that apparently these voodoo loa are known to possess their worshippers, and a lot of times people don't remember what they did while they were. They call it being ridden by a loa. And a lot of times people don't remember what happened while they were ridden, although that apparently only happens to people who already believe in and worship the Loa.
Well, I know my father doesn't believe in any of this.
Not a
Indeed.
bit.
Okay.
But yeah, there's other than that, you don't find anything that seems to particularly tied to blackouts or memory loss in what you've got here. I mean, let me put it this way: there are probably some medical texts that talk about physiological causes, blow to the head, that sort of thing, but nothing that seems particularly relevant to what you're dealing with now.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Then, if no one minds, I'll take the second tarot card and pocket it.
Yeah. I don't think James wants anything to do with them.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
definitely. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I know that you have them. So Dirk would go to the clerk at the front and
Mm-hmm.
try to ask her, like, "Ma'am, have you seen us here before?" I know it might sound as a strange question, but we seem not to. Yeah, like, have you seen us here before?
Yes, sir. I believe you were here about a week ago. I think it would have been last Friday because I was working the same shift then.
Oh, okay, last Friday. He's like writing the notes down
Mm-hmm.
in front of her. Uh, okay, and we were here like as the whole group, or were there more of us? Like,
Uh, yes, there were a few other people with you.
then by any chance, do you know who they were? Were they like Americans as well as us?
They were all Americans, sir, but I'm sorry, I did not get their names.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, return to the group. So it seems we've been here a week ago, and there was more of us, but
Huh.
it's not just Sean and us, but more than four of
Well,
us. I mean,
who the hell else do we know here? Who would be like? And if
Yeah.
we were with someone else, why wouldn't they have sought us out since we've been here?
you
Or
know, we
even
could have
been
made
locked up with us.
many friends here, and it seems maybe some of those friends, are keeping their eyes on us. They might be the same people. We should be real careful when going out there. Okay, I think we should do a follow up with Bruce Northeast then.
I agree. We should also stop leaving Sean by himself,
Ah, yeah, right. That's
I
a
think you'll
great
be all right.
idea.
just in case something happens to him and he's by himself.
So, Sean, are you doing anything else once you've driven off your pursuers?
Yeah, once I make sure that those two have gone away, I'm obviously watching to see if anybody else is paying attention to us. I'm going to stay on, at the front on the outside
Mhm.
of the library.
Yeah, no,
He's
you don't
Repeat
looking
need
for
that
to.
more
5 more
needle and
times, and we're good to go.
Yes, exactly. Next. No, you don't see any sign of them coming back at this point.
I'm just imagining every time someone walks by, Sean's like, "Yeah, keep walking, buddy. Keep moving."
Eyes front.
And just for like from a character standpoint, the fact that he knows he's run off 4 military guys, like he's feeling
little
pretty
bit puffed out.
Yeah. He's peeing lemonade
Sure.
right now.
Thanks for that visual, Craig. All right, so you guys are able to regroup at front of the library. It's been a couple hours. You've had to do a fair bit of research and stuff, but it's still like mid to late morning, maybe 11 o'clock.
Miss Donna, we got answers? Where are we headed?
A lot more questions than actual answers, but some things are coming together. We're going to go to Bruce, Dr. Northeast address.
Yep. And his address is down sort of in the southeast part of the city. It's near where you'll see that Paco district, kind of right near where the little map bracket is. He lives right down in that area, according to the address you had. So you're heading off in that direction?
Hail us a cab, the 3 of them in the back, me up front.
Yep, no problem at all. And you make your way without any particular trouble to a little fern-shrouded bungalow in sort of a quiet residential street, which I should put you on so you can see it. Yeah, it's looks like a nice quiet neighborhood. This building's a little bit isolated from some of the neighbors. so it's got some privacy and that sort of thing.
Really quaint.
You don't
Yes.
immediately see anybody, inside or on the porch.
So, Dirk, you check around. I'm going to go up to the door. Mr. James, you and Donna stay here.
Are you sure you want to go to the door and do the talking? Shall we switch around, or no offense here, but maybe you're good at spotting hidden things. You saw that car and you managed to get rid of it, so you might be more likely to find like things in this jungle of a.
Do you know how long I've been working for Mr. James?
I guess it must have been quite a long time.
And he's not looking for new bodyguards. You understand that, right? This is a temporary thing we got going right now with you.
Yeah.
So whatever little application you're trying to fill out right now, I'll go. You can go to the door, but there's no job openings.
James has already walked by them both and is going up to the door.
And Donna's
Come
standing.
on, you guys. We don't have any time to waste.
All right. So James gets up to the door, leaving his 2 bodyguard types behind him.
Yeah, just shaking his head.
I don't have time for your nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get up, and as you get onto the veranda and can see the door, the first thing you notice is that there is something hanging on the door. There's like a string coming down, like from over the door, and as you get close, it looks like a chicken or a rooster with its head cut off that's just been like tied onto the door. You see some of the blood kind of smeared on the door near it.
He'll turn back to Donna. He'll say, "You've been doing the voodoo research. What the hell is this?" And he'll point to the door.
And if I see it, I'm taking my gun out.
Okay. I think you'd certainly hear the reaction.
Yeah, should I roll to see if I remember?
Yeah, you can make me an occult roll.
Okay.
There was a lot of stuff in that voodoo book, but some of it may have stuck.
Where can I find the call? Okay, I got it.
Okay, good. In fact, you can give yourself. Never mind. You don't need a bonus roll. Yeah, you remember explicitly seeing a section about that when you were reading about Baron Samedi. This is the kind of thing that's often done as an offering to him. The sacrifice of a live creature.
Okay. Offering to Baron Medi normally. So sacrificing of a live creature.
So is this a threat of some sort? Is this man in trouble?
Not a threat. Not a threat. More of.
So I'm going to make eye contact with Dirk and kind of go.
Yeah. Okay. I follow.
And I'm kicking the door.
The suit. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
With the gun open. Yeah.
No.
Well.
Okay. So that just happened. Go ahead and make me a strength roll with a bonus die.
Both of us, or just?
Yeah, you can both do it if you're going in unison. Oh yeah. Man, Sean's big. I shouldn't be surprised.
Boy. I eat my oatmeal.
Yeah. All right. So these two kind of look at each other, give the high sign, and then just like in perfect unison, boom, kick the door in. It smashes open. The chicken goes flying off. You can see actually as it flies away, there's something marked on the door. There's like a black marking on the door. What you notice immediately is that the room you're in, there's kind of like one big front room here. Looks like it's a combination, living room, study with like a little kitchen area off to the side, has just been trashed. There are shelves knocked over, furniture has been smashed, drawers have been pulled out and turned upside down. This place has just been wrecked.
You guys stay outside, Dirk, that way. I got this way.
Yeah. Follow the suit still. We
Okay.
sweep the room, I presume.
Yep. So there is just one doorway heading farther back into the house. Are you guys like searching this room, or are you just going straight to the back?
I pointed for Dirk to check that room, and I'm
Okay.
making sure like there's no bodies here. So yeah, I'm staying here to check out the current sitch.
Still
Okay.
my gun out, and I go there, check the room.
All right, so you go to the back door, and as you get close to that back door, Dirk, you start smelling the smell of decay, like some meat that has been left out too long.
Would it be I don't want to ask, but would it be a smell of dead body? I guess I would have
I
experience
mean,
with that.
I think it's reasonable to assume that you have smelled dead bodies before, and yeah, it kind of does smell like that. When you get to the doorway, you can see that there's like a twin bed in this room that has been sort of shoved up against the wall. And again, there's like a little nightstand that has been, pulled open and torn apart. There's a door off to one side that you're guessing is a bathroom, maybe.
Okay, Sean, we might have a situation here, but just definitely don't let Miss Donna in. Like it's a mess in here. I go to check out the presumed bathroom.
Okay. You step in there, and again, it looks like it's been trashed. The window, the mirror is smashed. A couple things. There's like a medicine cabinet behind the mirror that have been pulled out and scattered around. There's nothing that particularly looks unusual in it, other than the same state of wreckage that you found in the rest of the house.
Keep talking to me, Dirk. You okay out there?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of mess in here, same as in the front room, and there. I'm sorry to say that there is a smell of that body over here. Like, did I actually see the body? Sorry.
You have not seen a body yet.
Okay, I
James
tried
will
to
call out. What the hell's going on in there?
Mr. James, just stay out here. Just stay out. There's someone trashed the place. Dirk's got a dead body, and there's a chicken, and we'll get it figured out. Just stay. You two stay right here.
I will try to follow the smell if that's possible.
Okay. You think it's like behind or under that bed that's been shoved up against the wall?
Yeah. Why did I ask? Yeah, I pull it down. I pull the bed down.
Okay. It's easy enough to do. It's not especially heavy. And yes, there is a human body laying there. Looks and smells like it's probably been here for several days. It has a number of just gaping wounds on it, like it was like somebody went at this thing with a cleaver or a machete.
Would I be able to match it to the ritual described in the book? I think it said something that the priests were stabbing themselves.
Yeah, there was a thing in there about people cutting themselves with sharp stones.
Okay.
This looks to you more like a metal weapon. Given the environment, a machete would probably be your first guess. And it's like, it's not as though this was somebody who was, just trying to kill him. There's clearly a lot more wounds and damage to the body than it would have been necessary to kill it. This is either rage or sending a message or some kind of frenzy.
Okay, could I do some, let's say, first level of investigation without touching anything real close, just maybe by observing closer to the things, or trying to look around the body, like getting more information on if it was what happened? And
I think that is not unreasonable. Let's say, I think Spot Hidden is going to be our right tool for the job here.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Hey. Huh,
okay.
Should look at that.
All right. Yeah. So you kind of get close again, not touching it. Sort of checking around. You can see there are a couple places where like one foot is almost just sort of hanging off. It's been almost completely cut off. You can see that it definitely looks like the body is starting to decompose. It's been in this tropical heat for a few days. The reek is just horrible when you get close like this. And then you're just sort of looking around to see if you notice anything else about it. It's just dressed in like a t-shirt and blue jeans, nothing very exciting.
I love the anthropology t-shirt.
And then just as you're starting to figure out, well, I don't think I can see anything more from here, you kind of look at where its chest is pressed against the floor, and there's something moving there.
At least it's not a card. Okay. Let's
go ahead and take a quick break at that.
10-minute break. All right, guys, we're going to take a break for 10 minutes and come by IAC and find out what the hell's moving under the body. We'll be right back. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Go ahead, Brian.
All right. Well, I believe we had just left Dirk finding signs of something moving underneath this partly decomposed body he's found. What you want to do, Dirk?
So, as I remember, I saw a movement, so I will bring my gun to be ready to shoot any minute, and I will
Mhm.
try to investigate what might be moving there, actually. If
Okay.
it's
So,
just some rodent or anything, or
all right, so you lift the body up. So I'm hearing.
uh,
See underneath.
yeah, with a pencil or something. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, there's probably like a broken chair leg or something you could
Yeah,
use.
if it's not broken bone, then I will use it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Go ahead and give me a straight dexterity roll, if you
Take
would.
dexterity for this. I have to roll.
You're pretty dexterous, as I recall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So you grab a broken piece of wood from some furniture and you start propping the body up, and sort of boiling out from under this body are maybe half a dozen big, hairy tarantulas. Just
No.
go scrabbling out, and you're quick enough that you can just jerk back away from them. So they look like they were, agitated by your the movement around them, but they sort of come in your direction, and then when they're not close enough to you and you back off, they kind of scatter off in various directions.
Does Dirk scream?
He holds it last second, like he's like, I hate them. I hate them. Sean, get over here. We have a situation here. And
So
just,
boom, right into the
just-
room.
I hope you're not scared of spiders. There might be some tarantulas around, so just be careful of what.
Some what? What
Yeah.
the dude? What did you do?
You kind of glimpse one for a second. It's probably about this big,
Oh wow.
brown, hairy. Like that's including the legs. The body's not that big, but
Yeah,
still, it is a sizable spider.
He's gonna shoot at whatever that is.
All right, go ahead. Make me
Zero chance him not shooting that.
Sure, make me an attack roll.
All right, handgun.
Yep. I assume you're not pulling out a submachine gun for this. I don't think you have one
Yeah,
of those.
I left that with Miss Donna.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Tommy gun.
These things are small. They're fast. So yeah. Yeah. So those of you who are out on the porch suddenly hear a bang from inside, and Sean, you're sure you hit it. You can't even see it anymore. You must have blown it to pieces.
Yeah, got that. There's any more of them? Hey,
Sean, chill. What the hell? Why are you shooting immediately?
what the hell? There's a dead body in front of you.
Yeah, well, you were shooting at it now. So, and it seems it's been here for quite a while, and we need to wrap our head around this. Well, don't literally do that, but
Jesus, man.
yeah, it's like, is this the first time you've? Yeah, whatever. So we need to, we need to pull ourselves together and figure out what shall we do with this mess, because we are basically in a crime scene where you've just shot your gun, and
Yeah, but-
I might have touched everything around this body.
Oh, that's real smart. I'm glad we're paying you the big money.
The two of you out on the veranda, what do you do when you hear that gunshot?
I'm gonna look at my father and peek and yell, "Shot, Dirk!"
It's okay. I got it. There's a big spider. You stay out there. I got him though.
A spider?
Yeah, real huge spider. You can't come in. We will deal with him.
I'm gonna look towards the road to see if there's any there's any reaction from anyone else on the street or in the neighborhood or.
Yeah, make me a spot hidden check. Why don't you?
Father, they're in there shooting spiders.
Kill it with fire. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can spot
Yeah,
all
so
the
it's
hidden.
like a minute or so after the gun, you do see like this old woman in like a flower print dress. It's kind of walking along the road and just kind of stops at the little gate, the path leading to the house, and just kind of does one of these sideways looks.
I'll look at
up
her
at
and
the-
go, snake.
She just kind of shakes her head and keeps walking.
All right, Dirk, let's get I know it's the stuff we got. So this guy is going to have all the answers, but he's not talking right now. And we got to get going, but we also got to see if there's like shit here for us. We're like,
Yeah, okay, let's search the room. Let's find any clues about what was it in the notes about the cult. Let's see if we find any more cards, because everybody gives us cards lately, so maybe there's something about that. Do we have and the main reason, yeah, star pools. So anything that says star pools, we take it and we bring it out and just leave this place as fast as
All right,
possible.
so you two are searching, and Donna and James are still outside. That's what I'm hearing.
Father, they're in there shooting spiders. Come on.
I'll call in there, and I was like, get what you need to get as quickly as you can. We're going to have to get out of here before.
We're doing that, Mr. James. We're doing that.
They were
All right.
almost finished. Almost finished.
So
Oh my
who's searching what/where?
I'm like, you get this room, I'll get the other room.
Yeah, so you're getting this room, and I go back to the first room, right?
No,
Okay.
no. You take this room, because this has got the body and it smells, and I can't do this. I'm getting, and I'm gonna go in the other room.
Yeah, but you're a tough bodyguard. You know, you're used to this, and I need to I noticed something in the room before, and I need to use my BI skills. So I will be better to find it.
You go to the room. You're gonna investigate. I'll do the other one. Is it? Are you staying here with the body, or am I going out, or I'm staying with the body?
You're staying with the body.
All right, I'll look in this room. You go to that other room.
Oh yeah, great. Okay, I'm gonna sweep the first room.
Cool.
I'll look to Donna and I'll say, considering how much damage is in that front room, they probably did not go out the front door. Maybe we should check the back. You want to come with me?
As long as we're not just standing here.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, the two of us will head to the back of the house.
Okay, so
we will not tell Sean.
Of course not. It's much easier that way.
Yeah. They'll be fine. We'll be back before they notice.
Exactly. All right, so the two of you who are inside can each go ahead and make me a spot hidden check.
We're good at those.
Oh, I'm gonna spend the luck.
Mm-hmm.
So I go down to 51.
Okay.
I'm. Damn it! I'm gonna spend 12 luck, right? I need to match it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend it as well.
Okay. Well, couple things. So you're looking around in there. Sean, as far as most of the room goes, this just looks like an average bachelor's bedroom that has been destroyed and everything's been thrown around. But you do at one point you kind of have to look at the body if you're going to search things. And the one thing you find, you approach it very carefully in case there's any more of those spiders. You don't see anything there, but you do find under the body what appears to be a tarot card.
Nah.
All right, I grab it.
Okay, you got it. Meanwhile, out in the front room, I mean, this is quite a task you've got, Dirk. This place is it's a big room with a lot of crap dumped all over the place. One thing you do find relatively near what looks like it was like a work desk or a writing desk is what looks like a journal or a diary of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing you're probably not taking the time to read it now.
Yeah, I just grab it and deal with it later. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And as you grab that, you start hearing in the distance what sounds like one of those, old hand cranked police sirens.
Of course.
Gradually starting to get closer. Donna and James, you circle around the back. You don't really see anything of. Well, actually, give me a spot hidden roll before I say that.
Okay.
Okay. James has his eye in.
Look at you, Eagle Eyes.
Yeah, it's not difficult to spot, actually, what you see when you're getting back. There isn't a back door as such, but you do actually see what looks like a couple sets of footprints in the dirt, because he's got like a little garden area out back, so the earth is pretty soft. And you do find a couple set of footprints going to and away from the back window into the bedroom.
Okay, I want to see if the back window's open. I just kind of want to. Actually, no, I don't. In case one of our gun craze team members is in that room.
Yeah, I mean, you can look inside and you can see Sean
Yeah.
kind of ransacking through stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and she'll tell her father there's footprints that's coming to the window and leaving the window. So that's how they probably got in.
Does it look like they exited the yard through the back? I'm assuming.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Hmm.
What's kind of back beyond the house?
There's like a little bit of sort of wild country, and then like another street. So it looks like they're heading down between houses to another street.
Mm.
You lose the trail before too long because it gets to more dense undergrowth.
Yeah.
So I pop
All
out.
right.
Duck, I got a card. We got to go. Do you hear the siren?
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go now.
Okay.
Come out front. And what do I not see?
Well, you don't see your boss or Miss Donna.
Mr. James.
Oh God.
We're here. We're coming, and we're
I-
heading up that way.
You guys are okay? No. Hey, check for spiders.
Spiders. What? No, there's footprints though. We found footprints.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Footprints.
Let's
Alright.
let's go
So you
back
guys
and
head out. All right. So
Yeah.
you head. Which way are you leaving? You going back down to the road? You going out the back
back-
door? Back
yeah, the
way
back.
while these guys went? Okay.
Mm,
So you head up,
yep.
and as you're sort of heading away down the hill, you do hear the siren kind of wind down as the car sort of pulls up to a stop out front.
From the side we arrived.
From
at,
the
or-
roadside where you are, so
Okay.
on the opposite side of the house from you. So you're able to make your way out of there before.
I'm
before
trying to get a cab.
Okay, it's
Trying
not
to get a
difficult.
car. Okay. Oh, all right. Drive. We'll tell you in a second where we're going. Just drive.
Oui, monsieur. He starts driving.
All right, big brains. Hey, Miss Donna, I got another card.
Okay. She'll take the card and ask, "Did you find it like this?
It was upside down.
Mhm.
I guess.
Are you
it was-
sure?
Are you sure?"
I don't know if I would have known that. Would I have known that? Depends on where I found the body, I guess. Would I know?
I
it
mean,
as
if
upside down?
if you assume the body's head was up, then it was
Okay.
upside down.
Yeah, it's pointed towards his feet.
Wait, what?
The guy's feet, the dead guy.
Okay. Okay.
Your entomologist.
Yeah, she didn't know about the dead guy, Sean. What?
Wait,
Oh,
what did guy?
That's right. There was a dead guy, and he'd been dead. He'd been dead a long time, because he
Did you
smelled.
shoot?
He smelled like my bed this morning.
Your
So-
bed smells like.
So he didn't shoot him when he. It was actually a spider he shot at, not the person.
Okay, Miss
There was
Donna?
definitely there was a spider. Yeah.
Miss Donna. Miss Donna.
Well,
I shot the spider. Duke found the dead guy. The dead guy's been dead for a long time. I found the card. The head was pointing towards the feet. Good?
Okay. Okay, we're good. We are
Hey,
good.
Dirk, you find nothing?
Yeah, I got this journal over here, so I didn't have time to look through it, but I will do that right now.
Sounds
So
like a
this
brilliant
going here was Dirk's idea. So, Miss Donna, you're deciding where we're going next.
Okay, a quick question. The two cards, both the hangman cards, is the second card that we just found upside. Yeah, it's upside down like the previous one. It's just how they are. All right, I'm
Yep.
good.
Okay.
I answered my own question. We're good.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, do we discuss the cards? Do I proceed with the journal just for the?
well, there is one other possible complication. There was an old lady that saw us on the front porch after you fired the shot. So there's
What
a
old
good
lady?
chance that
Ah,
they'll be looking for us.
We'll fix that bridge when we get to it, Mr. James.
I would say
Okay.
let us get back to the hotel, at least until we read the diary or start reading it now, actually.
Yeah.
And
okay.
then, wait, is the dead guy the doctor?
Or I figured that was his place, and they'll look. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
didn't
ask
say
him.
anything. Like, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't remember what he looks like.
Okay, well, let's read the journal and then maybe that will help us pick our next
Okay.
location.
So I presume this journal page is the first like
this is
last,
actually
no?
the last entry. Yeah, the entries before it look like it's mostly different research stuff that they've been doing, and you know, this is the only one that seems interesting. To what
Okay,
you're doing,
that's what I
I'd
was
say.
thinking. It's Monday, October 27th. After meeting with James Sterling and his team of investigators, I was surprised at how much of what they told me related to what I had believed until last night to be a myth. The star pools, they say, are real, and Mr. Sterling's son has been kidnapped and taken there to be a victim of ritual blood sacrifice. At first, I did not believe them and said as much. But now that I have witnessed the star pools for myself, I cannot even begin to imagine what else of the floating horror cult prophecies are true. And what ultimate fate of this island nation will be if they succeed in their plans. The star pools, located in a hidden valley in the hills of east of Port-au-Prince, define rational explanation. I saw Jack Sterling, James Sterling's son. I dare not commit to paper what they had done to him,
Oh God.
lest my mind fails me as I remember too clearly in my prose and I lose my mind altogether. What I will say is that I recognized his undoing because I can now see they match too closely the descriptions of beings described so clearly in the masked messenger. The masked messenger is in the quotation marks. Especially the tale of Ashanti warrior and the sharp stone. I just guessed the pronunciation. They have plans for the younger Sterling, this I know. It is tied to the ceremonies of Fat Get, which begin on the 1st of next month and conclude in the following day. Will the real followers of the floating horror reveal themselves and lead Jack Sterling into the hills, where he will be sacrificed as his father predicted? Can he still be saved? One can only hope. Probably not, because I saw what lurked in the green waters of the star pools. It was that shape which banished my courage and sent me fleeing screaming into the night. Madame Josephine, 150 Rue Alert. Um, I guess the ceremonies of the Fat Get is the name of what's going on at the moment, I believe.
Yeah, you would know. Actually, Donna would probably remember from the
All
book she
Saints
was
Day,
seeing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's All Saints Day. It's a 2-day thing. It's November 1st and 2nd. It's a big voodoo celebration tied to particularly Baron Samedi.
Mr. Did I read correctly, Mr. James, that you predicted a thing that's written here?
I don't remember anything like that. I have no. This is absurd, is what this is. Ritual sacrifices, like
Father, it doesn't matter if we think this is absurd right now because whether it's real or not, Jack could be killed.
Probably tomorrow or the day after. Not
Thank
sure.
thank you.
So do we
well,
know
then we know
the
where these star pools are, right? It says east of Port-au-Prince.
And
That's a big area.
is that an address for
it
Madame
is
Josephine?
Hidden valley in the hills. Like,
Well,
who could know about some hidden valley? There was. We still have that person, the Sebastian Senegal. He's some rebel contact here. He might know hills.
that's
Listen,
also
listen. So, Dead Spider Guy didn't write this. So, Madame Josephine wrote this, and there's her address.
let's go.
Yeah,
Hey,
isn't
Cabby, can you
Madame
take us to
Joseph
150 Rue, whatever it is?
Oui, monsieur. Turns around, starts heading in that direction.
I really hate to say this, but we might need the soldiers. Like, this is a lot of area. They can cover more area. If we're on a time crunch, like we need more people looking.
I hear you, Mr. James. I don't trust them, but I'm not saying you're wrong. Can we go talk to this Madame Josephine, figure out what this gobbledygook she wrote here that Dirk's reading, and then we can decide that a little bit later if that's okay. I don't think it's a smart thing to do today, right now.
Yeah.
It's true that we don't have enough resources. Yeah, but
It's the smartest thing to do because we have until tomorrow or the following day before my brother's killed and a ritual sacrifice.
We don't know that yet. I mean, you guys can override me. I just think right now we should go talk to this Madame Josephine. If she's cuckoo pants, then we don't need to like worry about it, right? Like if she's just writing stuff.
especially later, she might know that we went to the place of this doctor, of the anthropologist, and she might understand that we got this message, and she might not be at her place after. So I'm sorry to say, but I agree with Sean over here. So we should.
Now you know you've made bad choices.
Okay, well, rare, but all right, we'll go to Madame Josephine. If that turns up to be a dead end, we should call in the military anyway.
Yeah.
How do we know that the military is not part of the cult? To be honest, they are pretty weird following us. I mean, it might be standard procedure there, but
this is beyond me at this point. Let's just find out what this woman has to say, and then I don't know, blindly wandering into the hills. You're right. That's a stupid idea, but
Yeah, especially since we came blindly wandering out the hills.
yeah, that is true.
So your cab pulls up in front of what looks like a laundry service. And he says, this is the address. You see 150 on the side of the building.
are you sure this is the address? Do you know about
Oui, monsieur.
this lady living here? Do you know anything about her by any
Kind of
chance?
shrugs.
Let's go in.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay.
Can you
All right.
wait out here until we come back out? Is that a possibility?
He looks a little uncertain about it.
Okay, Mr. James, can you make him certain?
Yeah, look, I can. Yeah, and I'll pull out more
Nobody spends
money.
your money like Sean.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He spent his money more than his
Yeah.
daughter.
He takes the bill, tucks it in his pocket. I will wait.
I'm sure you will. Thank you for your service.
And before we do anything and knock on the door, Sean, just no shooting, right?
Go ahead, Jeff. There's spiders in there.
Sean.
Just
I'm good at shooting spiders.
be
true.
cool.
It's true.
Okay. I'll follow
All
your lead, Dirk.
So you go inside, and the interior of the building looks kind of like the laundry sign outside indicated. There's probably a half dozen Haitian women of various ages, kind of washing and drying and wringing and hanging and scrubbing different clothes in big tubs of steaming hot water. There's a fairly large beefy guy sitting on a stool off to one side. It looks like he's reading the newspaper to them while they work.
Hey, buddy. We just found out Miss Josephine won the lottery. You got a Miss Josephine around here? We got to give her a check.
What lottery is this?
It's a little known lottery, but is there a Miss Josephine around here? We got to tell her because we've got she won a is there Miss Josephine here?
Give me a fast talk roll, Sean.
Where the hell that came from?
all of the work in this room has stopped, and everyone's just kind of looking at you, and they all kind of have that same. What?
I am a convincing MFer.
That's what I hear. Let's see what the dice say. Oh, there it is.
Nice, like extreme.
I mean, it's like he clearly doesn't believe you, but he also doesn't think you're like hostile. So
charming is the word you're looking for.
says.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. And he kind of gets up, puts his paper down, and goes into the back door. comes back a minute or later and says, "This way." And he gestures to the last room on the left, or the last door on the left of this hallway.
Before we go in there, I just want you all to know I am not doing another reading.
You
will
know,
have
no,
to
no,
do that.
yeah, no more readings. No more readings. We got our own cards now.
Let's not use those. Oh.
Right. All right. So you head back to that room, and inside, it's actually the door is shut. I should say first off.
Oh.
Come. And you open the door, I assume, and head in. And you see a very crowded little parlor, I guess is the best word for it. It's surprisingly noisy in here. There are a lot of variously colored, like parrots and brightly colored birds in various cages around the room. There's what look like snake skeletons hanging from the ceiling and bundles of dried herbs everywhere. It's kind of got your classic voodoo shop mentality. And sitting at a round table in the center is what you can only assume is Mama Josephine, a large older woman. She's not carrying the staff you might see in the picture, but she sits there and says, good. I was expecting you. Did you bring me what I asked you for?"
Son of a bitch.
Language, young man.
I am sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, and I apologize. There is no lottery.
I don't think she was talking about
James,
that.
James will hold a finger up to Sean. He'll say,
Okay.
"Ma'am, we have clearly been here before. We've clearly talked to you, but we do not remember anything. My son is in grave danger, and you are our only living link to what is going on. Would you please be so kind as to clarify what the hell is happening in this city?"
Did you bring me what I asked you for?
What did you ask for?
The moth.
Like an actual moth.
You don't remember.
No.
Where can we buy them off?
I'll look over to Donna and I'll say, and I'll nod to her and I'll say, set the cards down. Show her the cards. That seems to get people reacting.
She is actually going to agree with that one and set down the cards.
Mm-hmm. She looks at them. She doesn't seem especially surprised by them. She just kind of looks a little sad, if anything, and kind of nods her head, says, "Do you want some coffee?"
Yes.
Yes.
And she sort of points to the little coffee machine over on the side table. I mean, you'd have to make it, but
Yeah, I'll make the coffee.
okay, cool. And she says, "You been out to the star pools yet?"
We don't even know where they are. We've been chasing our own tails. We woke up 2 days ago and have been told we've been here for weeks and we don't understand anything. All we've done is follow ourselves around in a circle.
I had heard that there were some Americans dead out there. I was worried it might have been you. If Dirk, would you be so kind as to make me a luck roll?
I just spent it. Sorry, just opening the luck.
Oh yeah. So it's kind of like you're thinking back is like, what is this nonsense about a moth? And you remember, you're a smoker. You've gone through your share of cigarettes, And you remember back when you first were looking back in your hotel room, there was that matchbox you found?
Mm-hmm.
And it just occurs to you, why would you have gotten a matchbox? Because you always carry a lighter.
So does that matchbox has a moth symbol on it?
There's a moth inside the matchbox.
No, it's just got the name of a restaurant on it, or a bar, speakeasy probably.
Okay, I pull out the matchbox and open it.
Okay. And there is indeed a dead moth in it, about 2 inches long.
Wow. Well, would you look at that? And I put it on the table in front of Madame.
She looks at it. And
Where'd you get that from, Dirk?
You know, that's why I'm the private investigator of this group.
Holy shit, Mr. James, he's good.
No doubt.
She looks at it and kind of, tilts the box, turns it over, and says, very good, very good. And she tucks it away inside some of her pockets. She apparently has pockets. And she says, well, this will help me help you. So, let me see. You don't remember. What can I tell you? What must I tell you? It seems that young Mr. Sterling has fallen afoul of a group called the Cult of the Floating Horror in English. They have been a great problem in Haiti for a very many years. They are serving a very foul god who sometimes seems to appear to have a connection to Baron Samedi, but he has many names in many nations. They call him the Dark Man, or the Bloody Tongue, or the Crawling Chaos, or Nyarlathotep. He has many names, and they are seeking to bring his avatar forth. And I think young Mr. Sterling is the vessel they wish to use. Shortly before you came to visit me, I was told that a young American man had found a strange stone and cut himself on it. He seemed to fall into some sort of deep trance or coma or something. And the members of the cult came and took him away. But thankfully, someone who was a little wiser brought me the stone. I'm certain the cult would kill to have it back, but I think it was what we may need. And she kind of pulls herself up and pulls, heads over to the shelves and pulls out a box about the size of a shoebox, maybe, a wooden box. It's got some sort of symbol or something inlaid into the top, or not inlaid, probably burned like a charcoal burner. Looks sort of like a 5-pointed star with an eye in the middle, but the lines are all wavy and weird. And she says, the cult uses the star pools to conduct their ceremonies. And it is guarded by a terrible creature that no earthly weapons will harm. I think that is probably what killed the Americans we've been hearing stories about.
Okay.
And I do not think there is a way to sneak past it unless one of you is willing to cut yourself on this stone.
I pull my sleeve up and put my arm out.
She kind of nods, but she opens up the case, and inside, wrapped in like a purplish velvety cloth, is a largish stone, slightly greenish, and sort of has almost an oily shimmer to it, probably about 8 inches long. Looks like, your classic stone tool that's been chipped apart, but the stone is weird. And there are some strange markings on it. Look almost like cuneiform, like those little triangular marks. But Donna, you've seen cuneiform before in your studies, and it's not that, but it's kind of the same sort of markings. And she says, I think that if you cut yourself on this stone, the creature will think of you as one of its own.
That's great. Just cut
And
me
we'll let
and
you
tell me
pass.
where Mr. Jack is. Let's go.
Hold,
no,
Sean.
I'm
Let's
gonna
get
just
the whole story.
yeah, gently put his arm down that he's offering up.
Mm-hmm. Now, as I said, it was when the young man cut himself on this stone that he fell into a coma and was recovered by the cult. I have something I think can help delay that, but it is a dangerous path to take.
Is it dangerous or expensive?
Both.
It is not expensive in terms of money. If you are willing, I will freely let you take this course, but you should be aware of what is going on. It will put you at great risk, but I think it will let you get past the guardian creature and give you a chance to save Mr. Sterling from
But
his fate.
a question: if only one of us gets stabbed by the stone, then all of us can't slip past.
If you are together, perhaps it will see the others as captives. Or
You can be my +1.
companies.
Look, Mr. James, look, Miss Donna, like we got to go find Jack. If her cutting my arm makes me like voodoo proof, and then you guys come with me, and then we find Mr. Jack and we get the hell home.
Well, I don't think it's voodoo proof, Sean. Gonna I think it's gonna kill you afterward, maybe. Like this.
The only thing I'm worried about right now is you, Mr. James, and Mr. Jack. That's all I care about.
Yes, and I am worried about getting my brother back. But I also don't want to risk losing the lives of the closest people to me.
Well, let's hear the rest of the story from this woman. There's more to tell.
I have not been there myself, but I can tell you the way to the Star Pools. As I say, I think you can get past the guards and then get to the host that is going to be used to summon forth this great creature.
You're a very sweet lady, Miss Donna, but this has got to happen.
And what do we do once we find him? If he is, assuming I lay aside all reason and believe everything that you're saying to us, how do you excise a god from a person?
And she looks at you and she seems very sad. She says, I do not think there is a way. I think you will have to kill him to prevent the ritual from coming to its fruition.
Okay, what if we just stop the ritual?
I don't know. It might happen, but I believe that once it has gone this far, I do not know if it can be stopped.
Look, we'll dance on that bridge when we fall off it. Dirk, and I hand him my gun. Don't let me near that. Ma'am, I need you to what, do you cut me on the arms? What do you want?
Let me say this. If you are going to do this, I would not do it until tomorrow. The ritual is likely to start at sunset on tomorrow night.
Oh my goodness.
And I do not know how long you can stave off the sickness that goes with the stone.
All right, so we take the stone, we go to the star pool. I cut myself with the rock. Do I cut something special?
You
Do I
cannot
write your
take the
name?
stone with you. You cannot bring it back to the cult.
So we got to come back here?
I will do it for you.
Do you What are we going to do, Mr. James?
What time of day is it?
Now it's probably mid-afternoon, like 4 o'clock maybe.
And the ritual is tomorrow evening?
Yes, it should start at sunset.
Sure. Do you have your notes?
Yeah.
Will you
What do you
please
need?
write down everything we are supposed to do, just in case tomorrow morning comes and we've forgotten every damn thing again?
Yeah, I'm writing that down.
So smart. So smart.
She's just watching this conversation going back and forth. She just has this air of immense sadness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she seems not happy with this, but she also doesn't seem like she has another alternative to suggest.
Donna would suggest, why don't I get cut instead?
No, ma'am.
I won't lose both my children, and that's final. And he
I'm a tough
he
guy.
looks
Mr. James.
very, very upset at the moment.
Let me say this. If when you find the host, its third eye is opened, it is too late. You will have to shoot it or stab it through the third eye to close the connection. This will not only save Haiti, but perhaps the world itself. If the eye is not manifested yet, perhaps there is still hope. I do not know.
How many of these cultists are there?
I don't know. Dozens, perhaps?
There's just 4 of us. How the hell are we going to get through that many people to get to where we need to be? This might...
I hope they will be busy with the ritual and you can...
Sure, but I mean, we stand out.
This is true.
And how do we escape once we're...
Yeah, once we've disrupted the ritual, that's...
I have not seen the location. I do not know what to tell you. If there was another way, I would suggest it, but I do not believe there is.
Look, all that stuff, Mr. James, we'll get all of that figured out. We got to go. We got to put one hand in front of the foot, right? So first, tomorrow I come here. She cuts me. She keep me away from my gun and everything.
Wait.
I honestly, I'm not crazy about the 4 of us coming, but I know that you 2 are going to insist on it. I get us past the guard dogs. We get in there. We find Mr. Jack. We make sure that his third eye is sleepy, and then we take him back, and then we'll take him to like where there's real doctors.
But wait. Jack was chosen to become the vessel because he got cut with a stone. By you getting cut with the stone, wouldn't you also be able to be chosen as a vessel?
Ma'am?
You will not have the cult taking any additional steps with you. Go ahead and anybody who wants to can give me a psychology roll.
Okay. I'll try. It's not my
I got
best.
garbage psychology. It's not me.
No.
Oh, actually,
find it.
I have a 30. Oh,
Weirdly,
there we
it's
go.
not under firearms.
It's
I
Dirk,
got 50.
Dirk and
Okay.
James got it. Nice.
Yeah. All right. So when Donna brings up that point that that it might make you, she is very, she's very sort of stone-faced during the whole thing, but there is a little bit of a twitch when Donna says that, and her sad face for a moment looks like it's a little more guilty.
I'll turn to everybody else and I'll say that's something that we will. What was the phrase you used, Sean?
You put your hands behind your foot.
No, the bridge, Sean.
You fall off the bridge when you're dancing. We'll get there.
Something like that. For now, we've got one more evening to figure everything out. amongst ourselves.
So tomorrow, ma'am, you'll be here, and then you'll cut me with the stone if that's what we decide we're doing, right?
Yes.
And
I do
and
not-
can you tell us how to get to the pools?
Yes. And she will actually tell you that now. She kind of
Great.
sketches out kind of a rough map
Beautiful.
of where you need to go. I would not ask this of you if I thought there was any other way, but this cult has caused great harm in Haiti for the past decades, and if they succeed in their goal now, I cannot imagine how many will die in torment.
Okay, we're Americans. We're going to save everybody. That's what we do.
I hope that you are right.
By any chance, do you know of any group that would be working against this cult that we could connect with and ask for help? Probably.
Or-
We could use
Yeah, or even find out more
anyone.
information about the god they worship.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is very little written knowledge about that god, but it is possible. There is a man named Sebastian Senegal. He has had
Son of a monkey.
he has had a run-in with this cult before, and I know he held no love for them. I do not think he will. I do not think he will send soldiers with you, but he may have some knowledge or be willing to assist.
Is
in
he
some
is
way.
he in the military?
No, he's not. He's not.
He's the rebel. Do you know where
He is-
can we find him?
As you say, he is involved in rebellion against your American government. If you find him, what do you plan to do?
Get my
Mr. James
son
can do
back.
the negotiations. You got this,
Yeah.
Mr. James.
Get my son back. That's the most important thing. Or deal with whatever situation that I have put him in.
So you do not wish to turn him in to the authorities?
No.
None of our business.
Yep, exactly.
And she kind of looks at you for a long moment, kind of scrutinizing you.
And yeah, James will just look flat back at her. He has had enough.
And then she nods and she writes down an address.
Okay.
Be careful, she says.
We'll do
Time
our
to take a
best.
drive, Mr. James.
Just one more question. Did the same conversation occur in the past with us? Did we met already, Mr. Senegal?
Oh, you're so smart.
I don't know that you met him. I did not give you his name,
Okay.
although it seems that you recognize it. You had come here to ask for my assistance, but I gave you my price, and now you have paid it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So you guys head back out?
Let's leave the
Yeah.
place.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We
So
should
was the
we go
one
see him
thing
today.
was the ritual tomorrow noon or midnight?
Tomorrow, she said she thinks it'll start around sunset.
Oh,
Let's go talk to this rebel. Tell him we'll get him all of the farm equipment he needs, and then we're gonna go get Mr. Jack.
I look slowly at Sean.
And James will actually actively look guilty at this point.
She looks at her father.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, the entire cab ride, he says nothing.
Everybody can give me a spot hidden roll if you'd like.
no reason, I bet.
No, it's fine. I just like making people roll.
He has a
dice. It's
timer.
my
Every
favorite
time the
thing.
timer goes off, he asks for one.
I'm not saying I haven't done that in games before. But yeah, all right. So several of you, including Sean this time, interestingly enough, do spot that as you're getting into your cab, there is a somewhat familiar looking car parked about a block away on the other side of the road. With a couple
I'll be
of
right
white
back,
guys
Mr. James.
Wait, Dirk, go with him.
Stay.
I yeah
You stay with them.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know
we're,
what you're doing.
we're old friends.
Okay.
And I'm
As
not
you
gonna
start
sneak.
crossing the street and getting out, you see the car start up and just go make a turn.
They're really,
I-
really bad at this.
I'm pretty sure they were late for something.
Okay, but do you know who are these people?
Yeah.
Are these the
Yeah,
army?
the militaries.
Yeah, we can't go see this person
Exactly.
if they're following us. We need to, and I'll lean up to the cab driver and I will say, stop us about a block and a half away, please.
Okay. He nods.
We'll walk the rest of the way.
Yeah. All right. So you start heading up. It's on the north side of town. Up, you'll see a set of docks. Let's see.
It's so hot.
Yeah, it's miserable.
It is so hot. Yeah, it's up in the northern area, right under where it says Port-au-Prince. And you are dropped off in the middle of a block. And he kind of points, presumably in the direction of where the place is. Looks like a lot of warehouses, office buildings. It's right near the port. It's obviously a place where a lot of trade happens.
I'll look over at Dirk and I'll say, can you find us the most circuitous way around, son? Like,
Yeah. I will try to do my BI things and try to find a approach to this.
Okay, give me a stealth roll. Okay. I mean, it's a reasonably crowded area, so I mean, people are certainly going to see you, but they're probably not going to notice you especially. So you kind of make your way kind of through a circuitous route, taking up a little back streets, until you're at a point where you can see the address that Mama Josephine wrote down. Pretty nondescript, like 2-story building. It looks like, there's like a big loading door and a couple smaller doors that open into it. And as you're sort of scrutinizing the place, you can see that there are a couple of guys out front, like on either side of the loading doors, just sort of hanging there smoking cigarettes. They're wearing probably a heavier coat than would be comfortable in this sort of heat and humidity. And you've done enough traveling in rough places. You say you're pretty sure they are armed under that coat.
I'll look to Sean and I'll say, make sure that our friends aren't following us, and keep your hands very far away from your weapons.
Yeah, they're not following us. Dirk, I'm going to have a conversation and get us in.
Mm-hmm.
Stay here, but if something funny happens,
I got your back. And Mr. James is mainly.
so I'm Brian. I want to walk up with my hands like up in the air, far away from my jacket, trying to be as unintimidating as Sean can be.
Yes, exactly. All right, so they both kind of straighten up, and just sort of look at you as you come up.
So, my name is Sean, and we have been providing you weapons. That's where the crates are coming from. And I got my boss here, James. We want to talk to your boss. And we're going to arrange to put you in a position to take out those stupid Americans.
He says something back to you in French.
Did it sound like yes?
Does Sean speak French?
I have got a 15 in French.
Sure, make me a roll. Let's see how it goes. It sounded longer than yes. There were more words there.
So I don't know. I don't know. Do you know English? Hablo inglese?
they kind of look at each other, and the one on the right kind of steps forward to you and says, "What do you want?"
Okay. So you see the tall guy with the hat back there? Older, handsome gentleman?
Kind of looks back and cranes his head a little bit. Looks back to you.
You know the guns that you got under your jacket right now? My hands are up the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Your boss bought them from my boss. And we've got more guns. So my boss wants to talk to your boss about getting more guns.
And you see that something clicks during that conversation. Something you said seems to have registered with him. And so he says something to his buddy in French, and he goes inside. And a minute or two later, he comes out and gestures you inside.
And I wave to the guys.
Yeah, and we'll.
So and as soon as James gets to there,
Yeah,
look,
they both kind of look a little, curiously and sort of half reaching in the direction of their guns when you do that, but you come over.
Look, and trying to do it without Dirk and Donna hearing. Look, Mr. James, I told him that we were going to arrange to get some more guns. I told him that you're the guy that's been selling them guns. I don't know if you've been selling them guns or not, but as far as the next conversation is about to happen, you've been selling them guns, and we'll get them as many guns as they need, right?
Yes, Sean.
Okay. Not farm equipment, guns.
No milking machines this time. I'll as we're walking past, I'll be like, Sean, how many cows have you seen since we got to Haiti?
That's fair. All right.
Goats, yes.
All right. So you guys start walking inside, and you see. I mean, it's definitely a warehouse space, although it doesn't look like there's a lot of stuff stored in here at the moment. There are, a bunch of boxes and barrels scattered around here and there. They look like they're mostly empty. You see quite a number of guys sort of hanging around. It looks like a room full of laborers who all kind of decided to take their break at the same time. Almost all of them are carrying pistols. And you can see that there are a couple rifles, tucked away in a corner. And eventually he takes you to a little office room in the back and knocks once and opens the door. And inside is a mulatto man, looks a little bit older. He's kind of sitting on a desk with his arms crossed. And he looks at you, as the other guy lets you in. He says, "You are with Sterling?"
I am Mr. Sterling.
"Where are my guns?"
Where is my son?
"I don't care about your son. I bought 60 crates of weaponry from you. I do not have them. Where are they?"
I got to keep my mouth shut because I don't know about the invoice.
Yeah. He will nod and he'll say, "They were shipped. They should have gotten to you. My son would know what happened, but my son was the one supposed to be talking with you, and yet we can't find him. So we find my son, we find your weapons."
And there's more where that came from.
Sean, don't help.
Do you like tanks?
Do you understand me? We have had the government on our asses the entire time we've been here. Even just coming to you has potentially put us all in danger. But
"Did you lead them here?"
No, I took care of that.
We made sure they didn't come with us. However, your guns and my son are tied together. So we need your help in order to figure out what the hell is going on in this country of yours. All I want to do is get my sons, son, get you your guns and get the hell out.
Tell them about the cult.
Now, supposedly a cult of some sort has kidnapped my son. Do you know anything about these people?
There are many cults in Haiti, monsieur.
These are, and he'll look back at Dirk, the cult of the floating horror.
And his face freezes when you say that. And he looks to the guard who let you in, and he says, "Shut the door." I think that's probably where we'll end for today.
All right. We'll go credits and we'll be on the other side. We'll be right back. Brian's like, you guys having fun? And all of us were like, yeah.
Yeah, right? Like,
Well, good.
stop.
That is the
Like
point.
this.
No, it's good, man. It's good. So total metagaming for just a second.
Mhm.
We need to figure out where that, like the invoice, remember there's an address on the invoice.
Yeah.
So
We definitely put it with the other papers.
and
we
this
had,
is a
so it's
warehouse.
back to
So I
hotel.
wonder if they're the one and the same. So that's something that we're going to have to think about.
Yeah.
Obviously figure out what this guy's going to say, but no, it's good. It's good.
Good.
Clearly, the Americans intercepted the weapons. That's why they're on our ass.
Yeah. And in my mind, they're like no question that Sean is willing to put himself in whatever harm's way. Right. So that's what that was all about.
He certainly made that very clear.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that that's what Sean would do.
Donna think it's a big mistake. So
It's because Donna's smarter than Sean.
Well, we will certainly have time to discuss that in character and figure out all the final plans. There's certainly a couple different ways this can go. So I'm looking forward to
So
seeing where it
Brian, one
goes.
of the things that I love to do after the credits is as a GM, I like to ask the players questions, and for two things.
Mhm.
One, it allows me to take the temperature a little bit,
Mhm.
but it also gives me a sense of what's been picked up, what hasn't picked up. So I don't know if you have any interest in asking us questions, but you're
No,
welcome to.
that's actually a very good plan. So I'm going to start with you, Craig, since you opened your mouth. What do you think is up with this mysterious stone and Mama Josephine's theory?
So obviously Sean has no idea, right? But
Poor Sean.
the avatar of Nyarlathotep is a common thing in COC, right?
It's
Like,
been shown up before.
Yeah. So, obviously there's a really good chance this is not going to go well. Which is, on brand for Call of Cthulhu.
Mhm.
But what I try to do, I agree, Rowan, Brian is doing a phenomenal job.
Thanks, Ro.
I tried. Here's the thing that's tough as a player, like especially somebody who's read as much Lovecraft as I have, not let alone as much, Call of Cthulhu as I have. Like I try to figure out, like, what would my player think or know? Because this is crazy shit, right?
Mhm.
Like all of
This
this
is
right
some
here.
kind of tribal voodoo god craziness.
Yeah. So I think for Sean, all he knows right now,
Mhm.
Jack's in danger. Donna and James are here. He wishes they weren't, but he also knows Mr. James is not gonna like go away and let Dirk and him take care of this.
Mhm.
So, I was making the jokes about, one foot in front of the other, but that's kind of where Sean is operating right now,
Yeah.
which is we know one thing ahead of us, and that's the star pools and where this gatekeeper guardian thing is.
Mhm.
And whatever I need to do to get there, and that's how Sean operates, right? I'm not going to I don't think 4 steps ahead. Like, it's just, that's what's next. But yeah, I like, as a player, my anticipation is if we actually make it, it's going to be good old, there's a ritual and we've got, maybe we can break it up, maybe not. It doesn't look good for Jack and the world might end.
Par for the course.
Yep.
So Maeve, does James have any guilt or concern about supplying weaponry to the enemies of the American military to stage a coup?
No, I don't think he has any guilt about that. I think he feels very guilty about getting Jack involved in all this. I think right now that's where he's kind of resigned to the fact that he is complicit in staging all this, and he could give a flip about the weapons. He doesn't care about Haiti. What he cares about is getting his son back or doing what is necessary to keep his son safe in whatever capacity, and then getting him and Donna the hell out of here. So he's kind of resigned. I think whether it's weird, creepy tribal stuff or just the American military or what, he's ready to just do it.
Yep, fair enough. Shadika, how does Donna feel about all of her exciting new knowledge about the family business?
She just can't believe that she was that kind of naive to think that her father wouldn't do anything like this. And it just is icing on the cake that Sean felt so hard in that cow milking lie. Which
And
is
her
why she
father
wanted
hasn't
to,
made eye contact with her since.
she wanted to separate them two when she
Mhm.
questioned Sean.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she was like, oh, he's going to crash and burn if he's lying.
And so it came to pass.
And now she's like, okay, so the PI also, now he absolutely knows what's happening. And I'm like, oh, crap.
Mhm.
I could also get in trouble for this because I blatantly hid it from him. Like, nope, no idea what that even does.
all we got to do, Shadika, is just keep one bridge in front of the other.
One bridge in front of me. She is.
Craig, I feel like you have a list of these sayings just written out for use as necessary.
Yeah, she is horrified and disgusted by her father's action and the fact that he got her brother into it as well. Because that's what she's putting together here, that it's his fault.
And then I guess a fairly similar question for Vatsev. Is Dirk having second thoughts about this job, knowing what he's involved in? Is he getting paid enough for all this?
Well, of course he's not getting paid enough, right? The problem is because Sterling's know that Dirk know, so Dirk might be a bit concerned on getting home safe and sound.
Yeah.
So he might be fighting for his own skin as well as part of this whole thing.
Very
So
interesting.
I think that's what's on his mind, besides all the things that are happening right in front of our eyes.
I feel like this is going to be a very quiet and thoughtful cab ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's cool
Like I
about
said,
that?
James has not made eye contact with Donna since
Oh,
Joe's
you shouldn't.
Vaslav, what's cool about what you just said is it actually ties to a conversation Brian and the group and I had at Forbidden Lands at the end of the last Forbidden Lands game. Is it's really cool when, like, we know the 4 of us are supposed to go through this adventure, right? So from a meta standpoint, and that's why we're here and we're enjoying this, but it's legitimate to say, like, for somebody watching the movie to go, why the hell has Dirk not ditched these like idiots, right? Like,
but I have one answer to that, because it was up to this moment when everything was confirmed. Maybe previously he was suspicious.
Yep.
He didn't get the letters that you hid from him.
Yep.
But also he knows that the main beater will cut himself with a stone and might doze off, which is his main threat now, right? So he
Which-
might be. Maybe it's not that bad. We'll see.
That's why Donna don't want it to happen. Because
But what I guess what I was going to say is that I really love it when players square the circle, right? So when you as a player say, okay, Dirk's going, why is Dirk doing this? And for you to piece that together and make it believable to stay in character, it's an underrated skill that I don't think is talked about a lot in role playing. And I think it's for the table's sake, right? And it's, you know, for the same reason, like the classic Wolverine jerk face at the table who's like, you know, all right, let's interrogate the prisoner. I'm going to kill the prisoner because that's what my character would do. You know, it's just like, it's the antithesis of that, where you say, no, you know, I'm going to figure out why my impulsive character wouldn't kill the prisoner. Right. It's a neat thing that it's what a really good player can do is square that circle, make it make sense, and allow everybody at the table to have fun. So hats off, man.
And I'm getting a lot of that from this table, so I'm loving it.
No question.
I think the next session will probably be our last session. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Me too.
Absolutely.
We haven't scheduled it yet, so for those of you watching, just stay tuned. Obviously, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, the whole thing. Like, subscribe here on YouTube if you're watching there. If you're watching on Twitch and want to give us a sub, we'd love that as well. Brian,